H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is? It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, like yesterday, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Boy, we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today ain't my day, is it? Is the day Women Rock Wednesday? Is the day Women Rock? It then came upon us that quickly. What's up, all the ladies all over America, all over the world? Shout out to you. We celebrate you every day, but today we just say, okay, it's Women Rock Wednesday. The same Women Rock Wednesday when we was at a radio station told me, no, you can't do that. Roberts, that's your lowest rated show. I don't want you to stop. I said, no, I'll just leave the radio station because the women are important to me. So guess what? Left the radio station. I got to have. That's why I keep telling y'all, and I love the way y'all support it. Women Rock Wednesday is my favorite day. That's why I keep telling y'all to text, tag, tell a friend. Text, tag, tell a friend, and say, look, these guys gonna be abrasive a little bit. Now they ain't gonna be generic, and they ain't gonna be a little Pollyanny, and you don't just let them know. You know, just like you do at your house. You ain't generic. You ain't, yeah, some of y'all think I just don't know, man. Come on, man. But unique. I just love Women Rock Wins. I got some topics I want to share with y'all, and I love the women's point of view on a lot of stuff because y'all, men try to get straight to the point. Woman she gonna give me a little bit more to it. So let me check out my starting five today. They're all women. Guys, you can't get no action today on the starting five. You got to come back tomorrow. So let me look at my women for the day. Let me go. Mindy Collins, Maite Cora, Dale Griggs is in the building. Hold on. Kimberly Jackson's in the building. Hold on. Brandon Nickerson is in the building. My girls be showing up. Let's see what else. Let me see. That's it. Where the rest of y'all at? But that's all right. I got enough to start the show. I'm good. Where my girl Sonya? I be missing Sonya. Where D White? There's a couple of more been missing. Karen, I ain't seen Karen Thomas in a long time. Y'all make sure she all right over there for me. Somebody look out for Karen. Make sure she all right. Darryl Barnes said, I tell people everywhere I cross the country, I make time for listening. Thank you, Darryl Barnes. I know you're a jewel, man. What's up, Eric Harrison? I see you. Businessman is back. Let's see. Robert Young, wow, is in the building. I see you. I don't see Boone. Is Boone? I don't see. Is Boone on? Oh, there go Boone. What's up, Boone? I got my dudes. Hold on. I got my dudes. I got my ladies. I got my dudes in here. Let me see who else. Let me see. Mark said, one day I log in early in his women. It's a lot of stuff happened, man, last night. I see Mate talking about the Sixers, and I'm very partial to the Sixers. If you know anything about this show, no. Let me rephrase that. I'm not cheering for the Sixers. I'm cheering for Sam Cassell, Doc Rivers, and James Harden. That's just how I roll. Some of y'all like teams. I love people. And if I know the people on the team and like the people, guess what? That's when I support and cheer for them. But shout out to the 76ers. Their team got a 3-2 lead on Boston. Shocking. We're going to talk about that in a minute. He said, had to give my son CJ a shout out. He graduates tomorrow, magna cum laude in finance from Texas State University. CJ, what's up, baby? Do your thing up there, young fella. Magna cum laude? Ooh, that's a whole lottie. Yes, sir. I like it. I like that. Shout out to CJ. CJ Sims is in the building. In finance. Absolutely. I think we got that up there. Yes. Tyrese Maxey is a kid I have supported from far, long time. Yes. Yes, shout out to Tyrese. I don't know Tyrese Maxey, so I don't. Rosie Brown checking out. Rosie Brown is in the building. That's my girl right there. That's a girl right there. Uh, let's see. Can you give my homeboy Glenn Doc Rivers his flowers? Last year, everyone wanted him fired. I don't have to get. Let me tell you something. I don't have to give Glenn Doc Rivers his flowers. He know how I feel about him. You know, I talk about Doc. I mean, you got to understand. There's some people on this show. We got some people. Chris Walker. Doc can't coach. Doc can't coach. Chris, your ass can't coach. You ain't got no job. But all you people, you ain't coaching either. You coach. He coaching. Always got something to say about Doc. Corey Henderson. Always got something to say about Doc. Man, coach your team and get you a championship. You know what I'm saying? They always got to say something about Doc. I ain't heard now one of them said nothing about Budenhauser. Ain't nowhere in the world I'd have fired Budenhauser. Bud. They call him Coach Bud. Budenhauser. But yeah, great job, Doc Rivers, man, because you was going to get all the heat. Now they done turned on Joe Mazzulla. No, but let me tell you something. So a lot of guys hate on Doc, man. And I don't know I don't know. I don't know the reason. I know how to spell his name, Eric. I pronounce it because some people say Coach Bud, some people said Budenhauser, and some people said Budenhauser. That's what I'm talking about, Eric Harrison. I've heard the name several different ways, Eric Harrison. I know who he is. I know how to spell it. I'm just telling you, certain people call his name different. I know exactly who he is. Come on. Ain't but 30 of them in the world, so I know exactly who he is. I would love to see Embiid and AD go against each other. I don't want to see Embiid and AD go against each other because I don't want AD to win another game, Mindy Collins. You can love to see whatever you want. I don't want AD to win another game. I said it again and I said it today. I don't want, read my lips. I ain't saying he is going to win. I don't want to see AD win another game. Read my lips. Not another game. Good in this merch when you keeping it real. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they say he can't coach. People who if Doc can't coach, the NBA is the highest level of coaching, but he always get a job, but he can't coach. And to coach this bunch of people, y'all said James Harden can't play. All you Houston people, y'all don't like y'all don't like James Harden. You don't think Embiid the process. Y'all didn't like the process. And this man came and turned all of this stuff around. Yes, you're right. That is Moody. Get Doc. Get Doc. Here's and here she go. He can't coach. He has won a championship, Mindy Collins. Get your facts right. You don't know nothing about basketball. Like you tell me, I don't know nothing about baseball. He can't coach and won a championship. He won a championship. Oh, okay. I said you on the side. All right. Okay. All right. I wanted to get you, Mindy, right there. It's Women Rock Wednesday, and you wouldn't let me get you. Give me something so I can get you. How good is Jokic? He's a 2-time MVP. That's how good Jokic is. I wanted to get Mindy. Oh, she wouldn't. Then I read it right. Y'all can't see Mindy. What's up? I see somebody out there I just want to speak. Hey, Miss Gina. Miss Gina, Miss Tina and Miss Gina. I'm finna get into it, right? I'm finna go. Watch Mindy. I can't wait to Mindy say something crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm checking all y'all before I can go. You can't, yeah. You know, man, thank you, Mindy. If you don't win no championship, you can't coach. When you do win a championship, you can't coach. Somebody give me the criteria if you're a good coach. Boy, y'all just don't know how much stuff I got to share with y'all today. Coach K to the NBA as a special advisor. So I don't like him either. I don't care. Jeremy Cunningham, I don't care. What Coach K do, ever. Don't care. Hatter, We're looking for Steph to win 3 games in a row. Man, I'm looking for Steph to win 3 games in a row because the rest of that stuff he got, he act like it's like he Michael Jackson and the rest of them Tito's. So yeah, I need Steph to win. He gonna have to go get 50 on these guys. You're right. First NFL uh, Black Friday game. Okay. Rod Wells. I don't know if you know what season we in. You want to talk about baseball? Baby, we're basketball will be over in a minute. Let's talk about basketball right now. What's up, Kendrick Lewis? I'm looking forward to Embiid Joker final. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm looking for Embiid versus Looney. Hold up, y'all. Y'all quit putting that bad karma in the air, Tina. But Tina, I respect it. If that's what you want to see, that's what you want to see. I don't want to see AD win another game at all. I like Harden, but you're about to be a Rockets fan again. I'm a Rockets fan right now already. Not a fan, but I'm a Rockets supporter already. They got Emi Udoka. Hey, listen to me. When you had a nerve to hire Emi Udoka, I love you. Hey, y'all gonna be seeing me at the games all the time. Yeah, I'm back. We seen Doc smoke some series off. How many series have you smoked off, Kevin K? How many times have you had the chance to have a series or a game to smoke off? Since you want to say Doc smoking games off, what's your resume in smoking off? See, have you coached a game before? Have you coached a game in the NBA before? Have you understand how hard it is to win an NBA championship? I just don't think you do. You know, he got some clown-ass players that showed you they were some bums. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard with they quitting ass. They quit on him in the bubble. They could have won that championship in the bubble. And they quit on him. But Doc smoked the series off. Doc smoked the series. Kevin K, give me a series that he smoked off. Give me a series that Doc Rivers smoked off. Because I love to hear you people talk about Doc. Yeah, I love it. Give me a series that he smoked off. Listen to me. Well, Robert had to put on your glad because AD. I don't want that. I'm gonna repeat. That's just me. I don't want the Lakers to win another game this year at all. I don't. I know it, Mindy. I got you, baby. I got you. I'm just going down late. Doc's teams only get deep into the playoff and are always in the top of the conference, East or West. Doc's teams don't only because he won a championship, Mark Edwards. See how people, y'all, let me put this up here. Right here. Let me put that. I'm going to let y'all. Doc teams only get deep in the playoffs. No, he won a championship, man, with Boston. What are you talking about? He is a world champion. You can't never take that from him, Coach K, Kevin K, and y'all can never take that from him. Doc won with the team he is playing against, man. Let's see. Glenn was one of my idols growing up. Okay. With Aiden Dumb. Oh, we're going to talk about Aiden. Y'all, we're going to get into stuff. Hey, I got a special guest. Y'all need to share the show. To all you parents, to all you people who ever had anything to do with grassroots basketball, this guest I'm going to bring on at 1 o'clock, a young man who just committed to a college yesterday, but he had a different road, a difficult road, and I wanted him to share his story. You know, some people, he didn't announce it on this show. I can't take that against you. You announce it wherever you want to, baby. Everybody ain't like Savia Wheeler. Savia Wheeler is the baddest thing on 2 wheels. He tries to come on the Chop Shop. But guess what? This young man has got a unique story. that all of y'all uh, need to know about. Let me see. Somebody just sent me something. Hold on. Oh. Y'all, 2 hours ain't gonna be enough today, but that's all I'm gonna give you. 2 hours ain't gonna be enough because I just got something else. Oh my goodness. Why y'all do me like this? Y'all, I'm having so much fun. Hold on. Okay. I don't want to waste no time. I'm gonna keep going. Let me see. See, I was going to say, that's why I feel it. Hey, that's all right. Man, I know you didn't want James to win. I know it. 50, man, that's a ton of pressure. 50. Wait a minute, what is he talking about? 50, man, that's a ton of pressure to feel like you need to score that much to win. He's gonna have to though. Dude, we ain't got nobody else. Will Emi Udoka make a difference? Yes. When he walk in the door, you got to know, listen, I'm gonna show you, Eric Harris. When Boston relieved him of his duty, they didn't let him talk to nobody else. They didn't want him to talk to nobody. They didn't want him to go to. This man could have got a job immediately. This dude that good. He skipped the line. Eric, think about it. He's so good that Kevin Durant, sometimes you got to say, will he make a difference? He's so good that the Brooklyn Nets was going to hire him last year. But this year. But Kyrie messed up everything. He that good. You better go. You better go back and watch Boston last year. What's up, Chalk? Just got a chance to check out both my girls play against each other. DD and Alexis. What? They playing already? They playing already? The WNBA has started already? Wow. Kevin, your track record is an MFer? Okay. All right. It's better than Doc's, though, right? Kevin K, what's your real name? So we can find out we can find out about your record. We want to know. You can't just come on. Anybody know Kevin K's record as a coach? Coach K, Kevin K. Wait. You got the K wrong anyway, because you know I don't like Coach K. Let me see. Let's see. Doc is old school in his approach. No, he's not. Doc is not. No, he's not. No. Doc gonna hold your ass to accountable. You call that old school? Emi Udoka gonna hold these guys to accountable. You gotta understand, Doc. I'm gonna tell you something about Doc, Eric, to help you out. Doc is not gonna kiss your behind. Okay? And a lot of these kids, y'all done kissed their ass for so long in high school and college. Doc ain't doing that. You follow me? I know y'all used to, oh, baby, he's so good. Doc ain't doing that. All right? Hatter, what's the real deal with Jordan Poole? Why you think he's playing so bad? I was like, I'm going to come. I'm going to get there. Hatter, I need you to make a call to the internship with my daughter. Well, if you really wanted me to do that, you wouldn't have said it on comment on this show. Don't do me like that. Don't do that, Darryl Barnes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Coach K, you coach with the Rockets and the Clippers? So you coach with the Rockets when they won the championship with Kevin K. The Clippers ain't never won no championship. So I don't know what you're talking about, Coach K. Doc, when did Doc coach for the Rockets? Coach K, Kevin K, you got to be a little more clear. These school new players don't like him. No, they don't. It ain't they don't like him. It ain't they don't like him. He ain't gonna kiss you behind. Ain't gonna kiss you behind. Y'all like me. I don't kiss these folks behind. They don't like me. I could come on here and say, well, hi, Chuck McGowan, and everything is not. Hell no, that ain't me. It ain't me. You don't have to like me. Just respect me. You don't like me. Listen, I got enough people that love me Do you think I'm worried about people who don't? He said, I hate when people say that. How many years? This guy is a world champion. This guy, Doc, I mean, I just don't understand. I'm going to leave. I ain't got to prove to y'all, Doc. Alexis had 8 minutes proud of her as well as Dee Dee. Okay, I didn't know that the WNBA has started already. Just a preseason game. Y'all tell me what's happening. Hey, I'm hoping you can give us the scoop on what it is. I got you. Had these new school coaches. No, it ain't just, it ain't. I'm not putting it on the new school coaches. Them guys trying to keep a job. I think it's this society. Y'all got to run it. Did y'all hear about the Baller's Life tournament, the EYBL? They kissed the kids' ass on the EYBL. They kissed the kids behind at the McDonald's American game. You got to see everybody kissing them behind them. If you kiss people behind this long, and you expect, and then you give them a check and get some money, you're going to wind up with a DeAndre Ayton. Y'all follow me? You know, and I'm thinking about Stephen Curry. He just had one of the best finals ever. And not even a year later, people are pushing agendas. Just watch this. See, this is why I don't like nobody to say nothing. If you give me some concrete things about Doc, I know what Doc's been up against. Just go watch some of these old, cause he ain't kissing bees behind. He ain't kissing James Harden's behind. What's up, Ray Moore? I don't know if we're gonna get there today, but we might talk about it. But let me go down my list. Like I said, Stephen Curry, y'all, had one of the best finals ever last year. Right? Not even a year later, you got people pushing agendas, insinuating that Steph Curry is in clutch. Is right on brand. ESPN, Jimmy Hicks, and all these people. You know, I posted something yesterday. It's straight up a hit piece, y'all. And we all know who is behind it. Y'all got to understand, man. This man, he ain't clutch. No, because he beating everybody so bad, he don't have to be clutch at the end. Because he's sitting on the bench at the end. See, y'all just let people, that's why I say y'all go watch those narratives on Stephen A. Smith and them paint a picture of who, and then you send me a graph talking about he ain't clutch. He got 4 championships. I guess Kevin K, that ain't good enough either. The only unanimous MVP ever in history. Michael Jordan didn't get it. Bill Russell didn't get it. Wilt Chamberlain didn't get it. Kareem, nobody ever got a unanimous MVP, but Stephen Curry. So let's cut that narrative out. Yeah. So, but I saw something the other night, and I'm just watching these games, man. I saw Gary Payton just walk off the floor, literally walk off the floor in the middle of a game. Did y'all see that the other night? Since y'all, didn't nobody bring that up yesterday? You in a championship fight, and you walk off. Now, he had a reason, but I got to show it to you. Share the show. The guy walked off the floor. Watch this.
Okay. Gary Payton heaves and holds the puke in his mouth. Boom.
Oh, I saw it.
And then he's calling for it. His mouth is full. He wants the game to be stopped. His cheeks are full. He doesn't even bother going down. He's like, call timeout, coach. I'm out.
He had a mouth full of vomit. I would have vomited that mess on the floor and stopped the play. Because I think they scored on the other end. Y'all got to understand, it's hard to win championships because you got people like Kevin K will blame it on the coach instead of coach, but the player walked off the floor. Kevin K. Do y'all know Kevin K in the bubble that the Clippers had their best team and they was the only team that voted they wanted to go home? I don't want to be in the bubble. Let's go home. And they played like it. And let the little kid from Denver just tear a new one in them. But you blame that on Doc? He can't win. He done jacked some series off. Who jacked that series off? Kawhi, I want to go home. Paul George, I want to go home. Patrick Beverly the only one who wanted to stay. They mutinied on Doc. They mutinied on Doc out there. Then Tyronn Lue, with his ass, was Doc's assistant and accepted the job. So evidently him and the owner was meeting in the bubble. But you want to talk about Doc blew a series? Come on, man. Y'all got to wake up. But I'm sitting there watching Draymond passed it right to Phil. Yes. But guess what? Ain't nobody gonna talk about that. It's gonna be Stephen Curry lost. Stephen Curry ain't clutch. Well, if they don't throw these balls away and walk off the floor and bomb it wouldn't have been clutch. They was up by 12, Kevin K, when he went out the game. Eddie Hardeman. When Steph went out of the game, they was up by 12. It's unbelievable. I just want y'all to start watching the game. Don't let nobody else paint a narrative for you. Paint your own narrative. If that's how you feel, I respect that. But don't let these other people paint narratives for you. What else happened? I'm gonna skip that one because I got some women. I got some women rock West stuff. Let me give you some women stuff right quick. I want to ask y'all a question. Trey Phillips, Chuck McGowan, y'all here? I need y'all here. I need you. A guy said something the other day. He said something, and I can't wait to share this with y'all. Boy, I'm glad my girl's here. He said, let me make sure I got it. He said, well, then Flajane Johnson and Angel Reese have already said that they are in no hurry to go to the WNBA. Okay? If you are them, it's a question. Do you ever play in the NBA, WNBA? You know, because they got music deals, they got apparel deals. Would you tell, if you was these girls, would you tell the NBA no thanks until they guarantee you $3 million a year? Just ask. Did somebody pose this last night? Because they have the ability now to, you know, they can name their price and call their shot. Is this an opportunity for them to put pressure on the WNBA to pay you enough money so you don't have to go to Russia like Brittany Griner did? If you were these two, would you ever put on a pair of basketball sneakers again unless they show you the money? It's a question. Would you? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Maybe y'all don't have no comments on it. I'm just curious. What you think? Hold up. Let me see. Somebody comment? Did I get a comment? Oh, Lakers need to play Draymond. Needs to play Draymond turnover. The boy went, and the reason Draymond turned the ball over because Gary Payton was supposed to be there and had a mouthful of vomit and walked off the floor. Out of vomit right there on the referee. I bet his ass would have stopped the game then. Them 2 points, y'all, they didn't lose, but the point mark was 3. Chuck said, I would milk my collegiate career. Absolutely. I like that, Chuck. Doc won in Orlando. Doc won in Boston. Doc won in LA. Doc gonna win. Yeah. I'm just saying, because it's hard to get there. Yeah, I think y'all just don't know. Y'all be fans, so if y'all know how hard the grind was, I got something for y'all a little bit later. I hope I get all of this out because I know we got a guest trying to get all this out. Yes, they would play when the time comes. They will have an opportunity even in the W if they continue to gain popularity. Okay. I think they can make more money off the court than on it. Okay. All right. I would play once I graduate. Okay. I'll probably hold on as long as I could. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man, because I know some people had some different opinions about it, but I ain't gonna stay that long. Y'all can talk about it, but I got a couple of women I want to talk about. Hold on, got a couple. Yesterday I was on the show. I had Vernon Dean on the show, and remember, June 5th. All your friends is golfers. June 5th. If you want more information, I give it to you. Go to Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. Vernon Dean, the foundation is giving a golf tournament June 5th. Let me tell you something. Chop Shop people. I want y'all there. Mindy, I want you to take off that Monday. Y'all don't have to be y'all, I want you to take, I want to see y'all there. If you're just volunteering, you're just doing stuff, whatever. I just want to see y'all there because I'm gonna be there that day. So it's gonna be a great event for a great cause. I would like everybody to support this. But so, yesterday, Vernon Dean's head coach is Reggie Barlow, and he and Thaddeus Moody, I think, is a good friend of Thaddeus Moody. Uh, what Rosie said? Rosie said, "Oh, Rosie said, get your money, girl." Uh, so I'm finna highlight this lady because y'all know when this Women Rock wins, I like to talk about my girl. Hey, where my glasses? Man, I left my glasses in my other room. Hold up, y'all. I gotta find it. Oh, here she go. I can see better than I think I see. This is Stacy Johnson. She's the director of team operations, and let me tell you a little bit about her. Let me tell you. No, first of all, before I tell you about her, let me tell you what the head coach think about her. Stacy Johnson of the DC Defenders. They are in the Super Bowl, in the championship of the XFL game. Okay, this the lady who runs it all. Let me break it big so y'all can see. Let me make it big. Y'all don't need to see me. Let me make old Stacy bigger. Can I make Stacy big? This old Stacy. This old Stacy. Right? That's Stacy. Let's put Stacy up. He said, and Coach posted this on his Facebook feed, and he said about her. He said today he want to highlight Miss Stacy Johnson. She's the director and team operations of the DC Defenders. He said, I'm posting this to give our director of team operations her flowers because she rocks. This is the head coach talking. I'm also posting it to share for young females, young girls, to show you can do this. Miss Stacy managed everything for us. She handles all travel. She handles where we stay, our flights info. She handles our day-to-day operations, our meals, our practice and meeting schedule, all media obligations. She managed 51 pro players, 10 assistant coaches, and me. Unfortunately, it's rare for minorities to be in this position, and extremely rare, unfortunately, for a minority woman to be in this position. So I salute Stacy Johnson. I salute her. I salute her. She rocks. She rocks. She rocks. She rocks. Remember that name. When your boss saying that about me, even if you listen to the interview yesterday with Vernon Dean, he mentioned her. She's that important that he mentioned her because she the one had to make sure I see. We can't say it. You got they got media out there. You can't say certain things. So that's why. But I shout out, man. I bet you your daughter didn't know she can do that. How many daughters think they can run a team like that? You got me? So then I saw, well, let me see. Hold up. That ain't all the women. These women been cutting up. This girl, Monica McNutt, I first saw her. She was on a show with Chris Walker on a broadcast. And Chris called me after the show, said, boy, this girl, she got it. She got it, Rob. Whether she's guest hosting, Get Up, debating with Stephen A. Smith on First Take, or appearing on SportsCenter, Monica McNutt is a rising star at ESPN. I don't care nothing about ESPN. I don't care, but let me tell you something. I love Monica McNutt. I love her insight. If she said eventually, she's a former college star. Let me give you some information about her. Our young girls need to know this too. Let me see where I'm gonna start. They say, this is what I like about her. This is what they said about her. They said during Mondays mornings, get up. Okay. Analyst Monica McNutt. This is what they writing about her. She succinctly analyzed the Boston Celtics' inability to get a last-second shot off in time during the NBA playoff loss to Philadelphia. Not this game, but the game before. Watch what she said. She said, just move faster. Be a professional basketball player. Understand time and score. Shoot the basketball. You got a perfect look. You can't do it when the clock says 0. This how this woman explained it. Mike Greenberg was so impressed. Monica, he said Monica McNutt, she summed up what he was trying to say all the whole show in just a few seconds. He said she summed up all this stuff I've been trying to figure out. Why did Boston take so long to get that shot off? She summed it up in a few seconds. And this from one of the best in the business, Mike Greenberg. And did it better than he could. They said the sequence illustrated why the basketball analyst and the host and the reporter is a rising star. Yeah, she was the captain of the team at Georgetown basketball team. Go look her up. Monica McNutt. She's another woman that rocks. She is that girl. Got me? All right. So that's Monica. And then hold up, I got some more women that rock. Hold up, I got some more women. I got a couple more women that rock. Watch this. Texas Southern women's softball team. They beat Jackson State 3-2. My girl, Jazz Gondorf, always watching the show. Gendorf, always watching the show. She was the winning pitcher that game. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to those girls. I've been to a couple of their games. They are absolutely exciting to watch. I can't wait to get a chance to watch. I think this is SWAC tournament. This might be it. But I enjoyed that they play at a Memorial Park. They got their own little area over there, man. It's unbelievable place to play. I got a chance to go over there, watch the game, then go over there to the golf range, and got a chance to meet one of our prospective commits, young golfers, and happened to be from Alabama, and young lady golfer, and she's thinking about coming to. Matter of fact, she's committed to TSU. So. And matter of fact, they were on TV yesterday, and I didn't put it up on the thing. I should have put it up on the thing. They were on the TV. Girl, out on. You know, I got to put this up. Y'all just got to wait just a second, because I got to put this up on the board. I can't. I got my computer might overload, but I got to do some. Y'all, we just got some people, young women in our community that are just so unbelievable. Hold on. You know I can't talk and write at the same time. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's one. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I might be able to do it. I love this. But when I see our own, y'all, this young lady came on this Chop Shop and blew it away. Y'all, a lot of people fell in love with her. Young golfer from Pearland, Texas. Kendall Jackson. She was on TV yesterday at the PGA Works in Birmingham. She was playing alongside one of the TSU young ladies. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see. Let me show this out. Yeah, Monica Minette is the real deal. Thank y'all for. I guess y'all are a little behind your comments, but let me share this with y'all. I got to. I can't believe I didn't do it. But check this out. This young Kendall Hunter down at this tournament in with all the top players, all the HBCUs, the PGA bring all of them there. They have PGA people helping and covering it. They got some like Corpus Christi pretty good. Got Louisville coming because they in the individual. See, they got team competition. They got individual competitions. It's great. It's great. Just watch this. Y'all watch this. The young lady who won the tournament, who came and was on my team, and we won the tournament last year. Watch this.
All right, Kendall Jackson next up, and she's got driver. Want to see how far she can move this one down there.
Yeah, she's really the only player that has to worry about that fairway bunker out to the left. 267 to clear this bunker on the right, so she's looking to thread it just down the center.
Just a nice reset here for Kendall. Something that she didn't like initially. See her check that backswing on the way back. Wow. That is so far up there. We've been waiting for that. All right, Kendall Jackson next up, and she's got driver. Want to see how far she can move this one down there.
Yeah, she's really the only player that has to worry about that fairway bunker out to the left.
Kendall, the sophomore from Pearland, Texas, competed in that 2021 U.S. Girls Junior Championship, and all the participants that week got a signed letter from President Obama. It was played at Columbia Country Club just outside of Washington, D.C., where President Obama is a member. Kendall got it. She said, when this gets home, I'm going to frame it and put it on the wall. Well done, Kendall Jackson.
See what our kids are doing in this community, man. She got a letter from President Obama. How many of y'all got a letter from President Obama? Willie Solomon, this what I keep telling y'all. We got to be prepared for the success our young people are having, man. Kendall Jackson, you rock. This is a young girl who came, how I heard about it. This is how I heard about it. So, I can play almost pretty good, right? So people tell me, man, wait till make sure you see Kendall. So Greg Wise said, Rob, I want you to meet somebody. Because he is the golf coach at Yates also. And he said, Rob, I want you to meet somebody. So I met Kendall, and then we got this great friendship. She came on the show. Then we got the chance to play with each other. We got to practice with each other. She taught me some things. I mean, and it's just, let me tell you something. She's a pro. I can't mess with her. But guess what? I ain't scared of her. And I hope you watching this, Kendall. I ain't scared of you. But so when they put her and I and two more golfers on the team, we hit a score so low that we came in the clubhouse, people was looking at us like we was aliens. But she is unbelievable, intelligent. Follow her on social media. She's so sweet. She called me. She be so busy, so I don't bother. So what she do? She said, Mr. Hatter, call her out sometimes, because I'm going to call you at this time. And she called me, and she just brought me up to everything. What she doing in class, this professor. She went and brought me up the whole freshman year, telling me what she was doing and what she was going on. I mean, she's so detailed. Y'all, this girl. Gary Carter was there. He the one filmed it. He on there. He talking about share the show. Gary Carter filmed it. Hold up. We got I think I got some of the clips. Gary Carter is on the feed. Let me put me put him up there. Extra Eyes Media. He was out there filming us that day. I forgot about that. So he saw it. But Gary, think about our young girl, our young lady, who we were out there with just hanging and having fun. And she won all the prizes. Hold up. She won so many prizes that day. I had to help her take them to a car. She won so much. She just unbelievable spirit. Mom and dad, oh my God, they're unbelievable. But shout out to her. I finally saw Dr. Umar Johnson. Okay. But okay. We talk about Kendall Jackson right now. I don't think nobody mentioned Dr. Umar Johnson. But yeah. Yeah. Boy, we have some random comments that pop on the screen, y'all. Wow. But shout out to her. She's a woman that rock. But let me tell you something. Last but not least. Y'all know this my girl right here now. I got another woman that rocks. I got another woman that rocks. I'm trying to see how I got to see how I'm gonna play it. This so powerful. I got to see how I'm gonna play it. And maybe y'all help me, especially you Houston people who grew up in Houston. You know, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, right? So it's a lot of stuff out there. Thanks for the Chop Shop Htx. Oh, yes, we love women. But this woman right here, if she all right with me. I'm just going to put a picture up on the screen, and then I'm going to tell you the significance. Let me show. I'm finna make that big. It's not big enough for her. That's right there. That's Alicia L. Crumpton Young. Doctor, the president of TSU University. That is Reginald DeRoche, the president of Rice University. Look how color coordinated they are. We got Rice with blue and white on it, and you got her on the significance of this, y'all. I got to talk about this on this show. Rice University, Texas Southern University have announced a partnership to share resources, expertise, and best practices to build stronger bridges between their institutions and communities. The collaboration aims to foster meaningful dialogue, seed new research, partnerships, create additional opportunities for students, faculty, and staff at both universities, and be a boon for their city of Houston. Do y'all know how big of a boss move this is? Because Rice had the foresight to hire this man. Listen, TSU and Rice has been in partnerships before. Not like this. Let me give y'all some more. I don't know where else they saying this at. Let me talk about them a little bit on this show. See, the reason I talk about that lady right there, I was just at the banquet about a week ago. Me just talking to those young students, Eric Harrison. They love her. This little boy said, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now if it wasn't for her finding the money to keep me in school. Now I'm going to John Hopkins University for grad school on a scholarship. I'm studying the political climate. That's my woman that rock. She rock. Regina, you all right today, but this the same lady, Willie Sullivan, who went in front of the Texas legislator, and they talking about they got a lot of money, $33 billion in surplus. How much you need? She said, give me a bill. Give me $1 billion of it. She didn't play with them people. She asked for $1 billion, man. She said, hold up. And she itemized it. Hold up, y'all. See, I didn't get a chance. I missed this. I had this for y'all. She itemized it on them, y'all. She said, I'm going to use 414 million of it for the academic centers of excellence. She said, then I'm going to use 163 million of it for the research application fund. Then I'm going to use another 153 mil of that bread I need y'all to drop off to me for the college, for the transdisciplinary studies. Then I'm going to use 77 million of it for its academic and student resource initiatives. Then I'm going to use 26 mil over here for its mental health institute. And I'm going to use 146 million of it for the campus health and safety program. She didn't go asking for no pennies. She said, drop that bread off, man. Dr. Lisa L. Crumpton. Lisa Crumpton Young. You rocked all the time with me. But you doing that thing. Shout out to you. Shout out to your staff. Shout out to you call your staff out on stage the other day. Shout out to everybody at TSU. Amen. Hey, y'all. Yeah, if y'all don't understand how powerful that is, all I can do is give it to you. That's all I can do. But I'm going to take a quick break because guess what? Because I got something I want to share with y'all. I want to plug y'all to something. Check this out. Kevin K, I hope you over 18. SolomonBryan.com. Order some wine from them. Sip on you some wine, and then you can still. We talk about Doc an hour ago, and you still bringing up Doc. We passed Doc. We was just talking about some powerful stuff that's happening in our community. Well, if it's not his fault, come on, man. You sound like somebody else. You sound like somebody else that's on this feed. I ain't gonna call his name, but his name starts with Kedrick Lewis. But let me keep going. Because y'all, in a few minutes, we gonna have a guest on. Few minutes, and I want to talk to y'all because I've been watching these playoffs. Okay, before the guests come on, I've been watching these playoffs, and want to talk about mental toughness. Yeah, he just texted me. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold up. Yeah. I want to share something. I was just thinking about watching these games and watching these playoff games, and watching all these playoff games. I got you, baby. I see you. I got you in the green room. I got you. He getting his makeup done right now. It's talking about mental toughness, and don't leave, Tina. Y'all have a blessed day. Tina, don't leave right now. But this mental toughness thing, and I want you to hear this too, Noah. This is the ultimate form of mental toughness when you're in these playoffs. And I want y'all to watch this. When a team is driving on you and moving it with patience, with multiple efforts. I'm gonna show you what mental toughness. Mental toughness ain't you getting in somebody's face. I'm trying to fight somebody. That's not mental toughness. Let me tell you what mental toughness in the NBA means. Okay? 17. I'm talking about a team. You're playing defense against a team like the Miami Heat. 17 seconds on the clock. Kick it and drive. Extra pass. 14 seconds on the clock. Drive. 8 seconds on the clock. You can't let go of the rope defensively. This mental toughness. You can't, no matter how tough it is, because Miami gonna pass it and cut it and 2-foot jump stop and make an extra pass. You got to stay connected defensively on a rope. Everyone has this thing like, I've been watching. Everybody want to yell at the refs. Even guys who can't play in the NBA to me. I mean, all of them can play, but ain't that good. They feel that's tough because you hollering at the ref. Toughness in the NBA is being locked in for the extra shot clock, for the entire shot clock. And just talking to coach, he said, think about it, Robert. You got to go 110 times. You got to do it 107 times. That's about as many possessions they have in a game, right? Maybe for teams like Miami, it's 98 times because they play a little bit slower. They're a little bit more. But that's mental toughness. That's what you have to win in playoffs. Like Gary Payton walking off the floor because he had some vomit in his mouth. I would have vomited on the ref. The ref would have had to stop the game. You walk up and Draymond Green go and throw the pass away because you were supposed to be there. That's not mental toughness. Mental toughness would have been, man, I'd have spit out right up there on the ref. The ref would have stopped it immediately. But a lot of people want to yell at the refs because they don't have mental toughness to close out on defense, making multiple efforts. I'm watching these balls. Listen, you can take this in high school and college. Then our guest is in the green room. He can hear me. I want him to take this because I'm talking about the highest level right now. Mental toughness in the NBA. So however you want to trickle that down to the itty bitty ball or whatever you want to do. But you can't be yelling at ref because you don't have mental toughness to close out. You got to make multiple efforts, man. You got to keep your hands up. You got to be able to get deflections. You got to be able to have defensive discipline on the weak side and sit on that guy's leg and build out to the perimeter. No, a lot of these guys want to yell at the refs. The Knicks, I'm watching them. They don't have mental toughness to defend. They don't have the patience. And Jimmy Butler going to wear that clock down until he going to kill you at the end. But you want to go and holler at the refs. What's the boy name from Dallas? Jimmy, y'all friend, Julius Randle. Just like the Bucks did. They didn't have the mental discipline to defend Miami. And the way they played, Miami play all methodical 2-foot jump stops, move it, pass it, extra move it. It's frustrating, ladies and gentlemen. But it takes mental toughness and discipline. And if you don't have it, you're going to lose in these playoffs. Jordan Poole, mental toughness. I'm not finna beat up this little boy. Mental toughness. Just ain't got it. When he's going. Kuminga over there pouting like a little girl. Mental toughness. Gary Payton, I tell you again, I texted his daddy last night. Gary Payton, his daddy, would have vomited on the ref, not walk off the floor. Ref, right over. They had to stop the game, right? That's mental toughness. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I know Noah think I'm crazy, but boy, that's how they think in the NBA at the next level. Because guess what? You either win a championship, Noah, or you don't. They'll be over here talking about you. Oh, he can't win the big one. He can't win the big one. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome Noah Thompson to the show. How you doing, young fella? What's up, man?
I'm
Let me see,
good.
can I hear you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, but guess what? I got somebody else. He just popped on too. I'm gonna click a button and look who magically appeared. Jim Hicks. But young fella, I was talking to some NBA people last night, right? I was
Right.
talking to somebody who was in let me this what was told to me last night. Somebody who was part of that team recently. I ain't gonna call no name. But he said it's a hot mess in Boston. Look bad, crazy thing to me. Probably cause I've been in Boston. It's all internal. Nothing against Philly, but it seems to be funky. It's on the players' faces, the body language, a lot of pressure as well. JT looks like garbage to me. JB going through the motions because he's not getting the ball. That didn't come from no fan. That came from somebody who knows this situation well. I didn't expect it. No, guess what I did, Noah? All I did, I texted him last night. I said, "What's up, coach?" That's all I said. And he sent me that. He sent me, when we get off there, I'll tell you here. But a shout out to you, young fella. I'll introduce this Noah Thomason. What's so unique about you? You signed, you committed yesterday to Georgia. But I know your plight. I remember talking to your mom. I remember she was mad because ain't nobody looking at my son. Robert, where are the coaches? I said, what summer program he with? Well, he with that program. She pointed at everybody. She pointed at everybody in there. And, it was the funniest thing because I've been knowing her before you was born. You follow me? So, but it was fine. I said, Trey, I got it. Just slow down. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And then you wind up getting, I think, a scholarship to, Houston Baptist, right?
Yeah.
You went over there. I don't know what happened. Next thing you know, I guess you outgrow that place. I see why now. So you went off to junior college, right?
Yeah.
So evidently you did something in junior college to make somebody say, for all the way up in Niagara, Niagara is way up there.
Yeah.
Say, I want to give you a chance. We're going to talk about that too. I want to give you a chance. So you went to Niagara, but you didn't just go to Niagara. You went there and put some on film.
Yeah.
So now it was an opportunity. Somebody said, man, this man averaged almost 20 points a game. A lot of people start talking to you, but you wind up going to Georgia. But welcome to the Chop Shop. This is your first time on, but welcome to the Chop. You can tell us your plight and tell us what happened along the way. I was just giving the people the overview because I think it's one of the most unique stories that I've seen in Houston in a while. Jimmy is the basketball guru. He gonna bring up a lot of other instances, but I know from HBU to Georgia, dude, that's about as wide as the Grand Canyon. So talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on the show. Like you said, man, it was a long, long journey. Just having to trust it and kind of keep my head down and just work, Yeah, man, it was tough for sure. It was many nights where I didn't know what was gonna happen, but it all worked out for me.
How tall are you now? Did you grow any?
Probably legit 6'3", 6'3.5".
Okay, all right, okay. Jimmy, what you got for him? I know this your wheelhouse, and I don't want to, I'm gonna stay in my lane. But what's going on, man?
It's a good thing, and of course, we're gonna ask you guys to share the show right now to your timelines, to your pages, to your groups. Let's share the show. We have young Noah Thomason. In case you just tuned in, he's a senior and who entered the transfer portal and has announced that he's going to transfer from Niagara to Georgia. So now, in the process of this portal process, this isn't your first transfer at that. You left D1, you went what they call a D2-4. You went from a D1 to D1 to JUCO, then JUCO to 4, not a D2-4. Forward to four. I'm sorry, I said D24. Forward to four is when you go from a D1 to JUCO. I mean to a D2 or whatever. Then whatnot. We went to a 2 year. But back on track. The process. What inspired you? What was the moment during the season when you said, "I'm going to get back in the portal, or I'm going to get in the portal and test my talents elsewhere"?
It's funny that you asked, man. Probably like a month and a half ago, I said I told my mother I was gonna stay, and at first she was like, Noah, I respect your decision. That's what you want to do, and play your last year in Niagara. Go ahead. But I think probably like a week or two later, she was like, "Hey, son, I normally don't try to tell you what to do, but I think you need to really consider this." So it was a lot of nights where I didn't know what I wanted to do, and then I woke up one morning and said, "Hey, man, Mama, you right. I got to get in this portal and see what's out there for me."
So, who's the person of influence? Normally, in college, if you pull up the mat, and you'll always find there's a person or persons who normally influencing young people like yourself to go out there or make moves. Sometimes it can be the parent, sometimes it can be the relative, sometimes it can be the developmental trainer or a former coach. Who's your circle of influence?
Obviously, my parents, they helped me a lot. My dad played football at TSU. Shout out to him. My mother, she obviously knows a lot about the game. And I played for a really good high school coach, Charlie Jones, who was a heck of a basketball player back then. So he's somebody that I can kind of go to as well. Then my AAU coach he was at Rashard Lewis, but Coach Ken Gamble, he kind of helps me out through all these processes and these decisions.
Pretty good
And
group.
and so,
Right.
yeah,
Pretty good group.
yeah, absolutely, of course. And coming so now you go in the portal. Explain for those who are watching, how does that process work? What's the first step in entering the transfer portal? What did you have to do first?
Well, first I had to let my staff here and let them know that I had plans to transfer. I think that's the hardest part for most student athletes is having to look your head coach in the eye and say, "Hey, man, like I'm a transfer and get up out of here." Then it was a lot of paperwork I had to do with our compliance department here, and then once I got that taken care of, it's when I got into the portal and my phone started buzzing and went off from there.
Noah, I got one for you. Graduation status. Where were you at with that?
I graduate on Saturday, so I'll get my bachelor's in communications and media studies, and
Okay.
then I'll be looking to do a 1 year master program at the University of Georgia.
Oh, so you a graduate transfer.
Yep.
You different from the other time you transferred.
Right.
Okay, keep going. Keep going. Jimmy.
Um,
Uh-huh.
No, he's going. Come on, keep going.
What you said, Noah?
uh, yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm going to graduate, so this process was also a lot easier. Just I didn't have to worry about getting any waivers or anything like that. I'm immediately eligible to play. So where now I'm going to be going to Georgia and play right in.
And so now, what's the expectations you on yourself for next season? You only have, you have one chance to dance at this in the SEC.
The expectations is to kind of see where my game is at with a lot of high level talent in the SEC. And I want to win. I mean, that if I'm not doing this thing to win, then it's no point in me doing it. So I want to go into this program and bring my leadership and my experience right in and help this team win.
Did Antonio Dean recruit you?
He definitely gave
I
his
mean,
opinion
was
to
that
me.
the first? That was your first contact?
No, Coach Pastrana was the first one to reach out to me.
Oh, okay.
I heard from Mike White, and then Coach Dean kind of reached out to. The whole staff was all in on me, and that was one of the reasons why I picked them, just because they were the most aggressive staff. So.
And the reason I know him so well, he was at Northeastern, and they were recruiting my son a long time ago, and
Okay.
I really really liked him, but they didn't have a shot. Yeah, but I really liked him. But me and him got a great relationship. He went over to Clemson. Everywhere I see him at the Final Four, and but you got a good group, man. I heard so much about your head coach, Mike White, the new head coach. I heard so much over my nephew. is a coach at Radford University. So that
Okay.
the head coach at Radford, his head coach, him and Mike White, they all in this one little group together, and
Right.
they spoke so highly of Mike White, and that I know you didn't have a chance to. I mean, you didn't have a chance to meet him that much. But so, how was the visit when you went to Georgia? Did you go? Well, how was the visit?
Well, they actually came out to see me twice here in New
Oh,
York, so that
oh,
was something I also looked at too. The full staff came out to see me, and then they went to go see my mother in Dallas. Because yeah, so
okay.
but the visit went well, man.
Uh-huh.
Justin Hill plays there, another Houston guard, and he kind of hosted me
Oh,
around. Yeah, so
yeah. Another
it
guy
went
that was overlooked
yeah.
by colleges and wind up being able to play a higher level. I like that. Keep going.
Right. So, I got up on campus, and my dad now lives in Atlanta, so it's about an hour and a half drive from there.
Yeah.
So the chance to see him also was another thing I really looked at. Like, man, I have some type of family that's close by. So, I said it yesterday, man. When I put on that red jersey, I felt like it was home. So,
Okay. So that's where your edits come from. You had to put on the jersey and they do the little edits.
yeah, man. These schools, man, they got all this technology now, man. When I first got in school, it was totally different. So it's changed a lot.
So tell me about going from see, you got to understand, it's going to be more guys. I think it's more lower level. I like to say mid majors than they are high major schools. You went from a mid major, low mid major school, HBU, and you went up there and you were doing pretty good. What happened? Think about this. All the young fellas out there. You just got to go and be a star wherever you are. And that's seemed like you said, what happened when you went to HBU? You said, okay. And then you said, I'm going to junior college. Tell us about that transition.
Well, first I went to Houston Baptist as a young freshman. I was 17 when I first got on campus, so I didn't know anything about how this stuff works.
Okay.
Um, and I got there was a rude awakening, man. I spent weeks of getting killed in practice, man, and
What?
at sometimes I didn't think I was good enough at the time. And then it just clicked, man. It just kind of, they threw me out in the fire in one game. We were losing. We were playing U of H actually, and he finally let me play a little bit, and then I scored a couple buckets after that, and then it was ready to go. But that process, man, it was just a tough season. We won 4 games that year,
Oh,
and
okay.
not to disrespect that program because
Yeah.
they do some good things over there too.
Right.
I just felt like I wanted to be a part of something that was a little bit more special than 4 wins.
Right.
Um, so I said, hey, man, I'm going to put my name in the portal and kind of see from there. And I knew going into it, I wasn't going to get a lot of Division One schools. I think
Right.
I only heard from 2 Division Ones in the portal.
Right.
But my mindset was let's find a junior college where I can play, showcase my talents, and get back to the Division One level.
You know what? You said some key. Oh, I want you to touch on this again. You're a freshman. First of all, you're a Division One Power Five conference guard now, evidently. Okay. But as a freshman, you couldn't even play at HBU. It was a problem getting, and these kids think they gonna go to Georgia. A little 18-year-old dude, he gonna have to deal with you.
Right. I mean, like when I first got there, man, it was tough. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't used to lifting weights and all that stuff. I wasn't used to taking summer school classes, so it was a lot of things that was different. And
Right.
then, like I said, probably the first couple months there was tough, and then probably after game 10 is when I really started to figure it out and understand how the college game works because the college game is different than the high school game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's a lot more coaching. It's scouting. You got, different schemes people want to run. So once I figured that out and picked it up, that's when my talent really started to show. We just weren't winning really any games. So it was tough. It was tough at times.
Junior college. Give me. I go on, Jimmy, but I want to know what happened in junior college right quick, and then you can get it. What happened in junior college? Which junior college? Tell us what happened there.
So, I mean, obviously, when I entered the port, I was getting recruited from every junior college in the country. And kind of the people in my circle that had been through it had said, hey, man, either go to Florida, Texas, or Kansas in any order. It doesn't matter, really. So, at first, I was going to go to Chipola in Florida, and their coach ended up leaving and taking a different job. So I picked Butler Community College in the Jayhawk. And it's a lot of talent that comes out of here. I mean, just guys kind of that's not from Houston, but you got Tyler Perry, who just had a hell of a career at North Texas, going to Kansas State. Um, but the Jayhawk is a tough league, so I knew coming in like I was gonna be playing against Division I dudes every single night, and this is a chance to kind of show that, hey man, like I can play as well. So I got up there, man, and it was a COVID year, so we didn't actually start playing till January.
Oh, that's
And
right.
so with COVID, I came in out of shape. I think I came in like 20 pounds overweight, around like 220 pounds, and I normally play at 195, 200 pounds, and that first semester it was all of just getting back in shape, and then after that, man, that's when I had a really good season, and we had a really good run. It was just a tough league that year.
I'm putting
So now,
comments on the screen. People congratulating you and stuff like that. So, but Jimmy, I'll just
Thank
let
you.
you know. But come on,
yeah.
Jimmy.
So now, and what was the record at your junior college? What the win losses during those that season?
So it's crazy, man. I mean, this sounds like a good record. We were 16-7. We only played 23 games that year, but we were third in our league. And the first place and the second place team actually played against each other in the national championship game in junior college. So that just kind of shows you how tough our league was. We weren't even a ranked team, and we were really good.
And then, of course, so that means now, as you mentioned, you go from 4 wins to winning ways at the JUCO scene. Then you go to Niagara, and tell us about the experience at Niagara, and how many did you win there?
Well, my first year there, well, obviously I got recruited by Coach Greg Paulus. I think a lot of people know who that is. Played point guard at Duke,
Duke.
quarterback at Syracuse.
Yeah.
The assistant coach Kevin Devey was at UAB at first, and that's kind of how I met him. He coached my cousin at Wright State, so the last name, it was a familiarity with my name. And then he actually invited me to an elite camp in high school. So he didn't take me then, so it was just part of my story. But so I get to Niagara my first year, and I had struggles early, just adjusting back to the Division I level, how they do things. We had a decent year. We won 14 games. I averaged 11 a game that year, and we had a really good guard with us too. We went to Notre Dame. Kind of the same story that I had. Had no offers out of high school. Bet on himself. Went to Niagara, and then had a heck of a career and went to Notre Dame. We lost in our first round of the tournament. You got good teams in that league: Iona, Siena, St. Peter's, who went to the Elite Eight. There's talent in the MAC, so it was a tough first year for us too, trying to figure it out.
And of course, you just tuned in, guys. We have Noah Thomason, is a guard who has committed to Georgia, and will be suiting up playing for the Bulldogs this season, as he joins, as you mentioned earlier, Justin Hill from Travis High School and graduate who went to Longwood, then transferred over there to Georgia as well, but also a transfer. So you mentioned Justin a while ago. Have you spoken with him? Did you know him before Georgia started recruiting you?
Oh yeah, man. Being from Houston, he went to Travis. I went to Georgia, and so that's all in the same area, Fort Bend County area. I've been knowing Justin since I was like 7 or 8 years old. Just competing against him in the AAU ranks. Then we actually played with each other with the Blue Chips in the 7th grade. So I knew him really well. So I hit him up. I was like, hey man, I'm coming up to the campus this week, and let's connect when I get up there. So it all worked out.
So you're going from Texas and go to Niagara. One of the things about being down in H-Town, we hear the name of that college quite often because their most famous basketball player ever is a basketball analyst with the Houston Rockets, and that would be Calvin Murphy. So have you ever met Calvin Murphy, and during your time before or after playing at Niagara?
Well, I mean, I grew up watching the Rockets games, so you always see him doing having the crazy suits on and doing his deal with the Rockets. I met him actually as a young child, and then actually this year we had Calvin Murphy bobblehead night. So I went with my coach to pick him up from the airport, and we chopped it up a little bit. And I was just telling him I'm from Houston and all the different stuff. So he actually watched me play this year.
Man, I wish I'd have known that. I would have told him to look out. That's my dude. I would have told him, oh my God. Wait, I should have found that out, man. Because he's a great friend of mine, man. And I wish I had known he was going up there. But I heard about it afterwards, but it was too late.
Right.
So wait a minute, Niagara. So how far is that from Niagara Falls? the college?
Niagara Falls is about 5 minutes from the campus. Not far.
How many times you go? Because that's one. Let me tell you something. Every time I go up that way, I'm always going because I was going to Ithaca, New York, to
Right.
see my son. So Buffalo is not far from there. So we go to Buffalo, and then I come. I always go to Niagara Falls, man. One of the greatest place. When you first saw it, what did you think? When you first saw it?
It was beautiful, man. I
Uh-huh.
My first year here, we went like my first weekend. We don't go as much because it gets really really cold up here,
Oh
so
yeah. Wow.
it's kind of hard to do that thing. You don't want to get wet when it's cold out there, but when it's warm, we do it all the time. The Maid of the Mist, where we get on the boat and we go up in there.
Wow. I ain't get on the boat. Because I was up there all the time when it was cold. I wasn't never in the summer because I came up
Right,
for basketball season. But
right.
So when do you report to school, to classes at Georgia?
Well, they said June 3rd is when we're going up for the summertime. So I'll graduate Saturday, then I'll have some time to go back home and work out before I go up there.
So
when
now, is there any plans um, to go and possibly like compete in the pro am league or the next uh, what is it called now? How the next pro?
yeah, but he gonna be gone. He gonna go, next pro gonna be after he go back to college.
Yeah, I played in it last year. I played about 2 or 3 games before it was time
Yeah,
for me to come back up to Niagara.
yeah,
So it's a good program for sure. I just wish I could play in it.
yeah. But I see you got on Niagara colors right now. So when you
Yeah,
gonna?
man, I'm
I
always
know,
gonna
bro.
rep the city.
I'm watching you now. So when you gonna shed that? Because you got that. Because after this, when you gonna shed that? And you got to get us. No, you can keep it. You can keep it somewhere. But you got to get that up. You can't wear that no more.
Well, I mean, I wear it back at home. It's a part of my identity, man.
Okay. Okay.
This
He
school
ain't
changed my life,
graduated
so
yet. He ain't even graduated yet. He can't wear the other school
No,
right
no,
yet.
I ain't talking about right now, but I mean, he can mess around and get off that. Hold up. Mess around and get off that plane in Atlanta and ride down there. You're going to meet up with that dude. No, I'll talk about that later. Because you're going to Georgia. Georgia been had a whole lot of controversy. And if you don't know, I'm going to educate you before you go down there. Jimmy, that's where the speed coach from. Duh. You heard about the speed coach? From Georgia? Okay, that's all right. I'm gonna send you all that information. Don't you even worry about it. Because I want you to know, hey, I want you to be aware of what you're going. You're going to the state with Stacey Abrams. Uh, almost could have been the governor if they hadn't stolen it from her. So it's a unique state now, and you've been up. It's different from Niagara.
yeah,
Okay, I'm just
for
letting you
sure.
know. It's different from Niagara. What else you got, Jimmy?
Yeah, we want to ask him. We have a couple of questions. You guys, now is the time. It is 25 minutes past the hour. If you have questions for Noah Thomason, uh, you can feel free to add them to the whichever boom boom room you're watching from. We're streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube right now. If you have questions, this is the time we will open it up and he can entertain and interact with you guys live on the Chop Shop. And Noah, if you look to the right, you can see. Can you see the questions and the comments? If not, you'll see a little eye or red eye or something. You can tap on that and they will come down and you'll be able to see them. Do
Yeah,
you?
I see the comments up.
Okay, there you go. So uh, one first question up is Aaron has a question. He said, "Can you talk about the academic piece of your journey?" And we want to see how your classroom experiences were at each of those three universities that you attended.
Okay, I mean, well, I can kind of speak for my first one and the most recent one. HBU and Niagara are both small universities, so it's kind of like a hands-on experience in every class I've been in. I mean, this year I've had classes with only two people in the class, me and one other person. Now, when I went to Butler, it was a much bigger school, even though it's a community college, it's 11,000 students. So we had classrooms with 40, 50 people, just depending on each class I was in. Um, I mean, but each school makes it easy, literally, for you. All you have to do is show up and kind of just be there, and then you should make good grades if you take care of your business.
I know what's the strength of your game.
I think getting downhill. I don't think my game has changed that much since I was in high school. Um, Getting
Just
downhill,
strong.
going to my left hand, creating for myself and my teammates.
Hmm. Oh, well, sort of like that guy named James Harden.
I get the comparisons all the time. I try to love his game, and I have my own game.
Yeah. The guy who one game away from beating Boston Celtics. That guy. Oh, you got
Yeah.
your little beard. You got your little beard working. Okay. All right.
It's coming along, man. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old.
I'm messing with Jimmy, Noah. No, this is an inside joke. I'm messing with Jimmy right now.
Speaking of beard, that's Archie, boy. Archie, something else with the beard thing.
Oh, yeah, I got something for y'all. Keep talking. You keep talking. I got something for y'all.
And of course, they got questions in the next question up is Malcolm asked, other than your education, what is your main goal to compete on the next level?
Just get better every day. Just know what my weaknesses are, and those try to turn them into strengths. Obviously, the level that I'm going to be playing at next year is not higher than the MAC, but just trust my work and trust my craft, and I think a lot of good things can happen for me.
Okay, next up we have Bobby, and Bobby asked, he says, "Congratulations, Noah," and he's very proud of you. What impact has your mother had on your overall success? Do you mind talking about that?
I think it makes me just go harder every day. I know she works really hard, and the main goal for me is to keep doing it so she doesn't have to work anymore. I think that's it's something I put on my mirror every morning. My mom is still working, so I got to keep going harder and harder.
Well, you sound like one of them rappers. That was the rappers. My mama still. But before you go there, no, I just got to show you something. I'm gonna show you why I was laughing a minute ago, right?
Man,
No,
man, I know.
no,
I know
yes
you
I
just
am. Yes
I know
I
you.
am. Yes I am. Noah, look at that, Noah. That's why. That's no,
Okay.
that's Jimmy Harden right there.
No, boy, that's
Okay.
cold, boy. That's cold. Oh, that's cold, boy.
Thank you, Artist. That was courtesy. That was courtesy of Forever Films. Archie did that for me and sent it to me last night. If Jimmy hadn't mentioned it, I would have forgot about it. But boy,
Right.
I should have had it. No, keep talking. I'm gonna put that in my background. Y'all keep talking.
Oh man. Okay, Charlie, your high school coach, Charlie Jones says, do you mind talking to the kids and the parents about trusting the process, and the work in high school?
I think you just have to have a great relationship with your coach. My freshman year, I started out on freshman A. My sophomore year, I got put on junior varsity. And then, he just kept telling me throughout the entire time, like, when your time is ready, just be ready. And he threw me in the fire. My first varsity game, I scored 15 points, and it was over with after that. I think a lot of kids and parents, just as soon as they see themselves not being on varsity, they want to pull their kids out of school. When that's necessarily might not be the best situation for you. I think everything happens for a reason. You just got to keep your head down and keep working.
Okay, questions keep coming in. We have more for you. Next up is Kenneth Gamble. You mentioned him earlier and gave credit. He's part of your circle of influence along with Charlie Jones. He says to ask you, what were you ranked going into your senior year and where did you finish? Right.
So I don't want to say the exact numbers, but I know I was top. I can't remember that far back, but I'm pretty sure I was in like the 80th to 90 range in the summertime going into my senior year, and then by the time the year ended, I think I was top 20, or top 15. I can't remember. Y'all have to look that one up for me. But yeah, I had a really really big jump my senior year.
It don't matter now, though. Ain't nobody
Nah,
in Georgia
I don't
ask
care.
you where you was ranked. Did anybody in
No,
Georgia
they
ask
didn't.
you
They
where you
didn't.
were ranked in high school?
No,
Huh?
they didn't.
Okay. Now, hold up. That's Jimmy. That's the moment right there. That what you know how they said. That's the tweet. That's the comment right there. But look at Miss Leah just asked you a question. How did NIL come into play in your decision to attend Georgia?
Obviously NIL is a big factor in college basketball now. It's not something I'm really worried about. I kind of let my team handle that type of stuff, but it has to be competitive. I might as well make some money as a college athlete before I go pro. Um, yeah, it's like I said, I'm about basketball. It could be the most money offer, but if it's not a good fit for me, I'm not gonna go. So
Jimmy, you got to know. I got one. They said other than your education. Did y'all ask that one? Other than
Yeah,
your education,
yeah,
you asked that?
we got that one. We got that one already.
Okay.
And of course, if once again, if you're watching the Chop Shop right now, and you have a question for Noah Thomason, young man has committed to be. He will be attending Georgia this season as a member of the basketball team on scholarship, and it's a great thing. He's well traveled, playing on various levels of Division One, as well as a supreme level of junior college basketball in the process. Take us back. What's the junior college life like? A lot of people, they get you at Georgia now, and you haven't totally experienced that SEC life. But the travel, going to the games, how did you guys? How was the locker room, the facilities, the attendance? Describe life during those first 2 years of college, or those first couple of years when you were at HBU, which is now changed their name to HCU, right? Houston Christian University, and when you went to Butler to the JUCO.
I mean, at Houston Baptist, which is now, like you said, Houston Christian, our first 10 games, we flew for every game because, smaller level teams have to play in those bye games to try to earn some money for their program. So we actually lived pretty good in those first 10 games. And then after that, we was busting everywhere, staying in a hotel, then having to travel to the next spot, play, then head back home. I think that takes a toll on your body a little bit. But when I went to junior college, it kind of didn't change. I mean, I was blessed to go to a higher level junior college. So I like to say all the time, it's like the SEC of JUCO. And, we got to live in nice dorms. We had a really nice locker room, nice facilities. Then the year I went there, it was COVID, so we couldn't really have fans. So it was like 25% capacity, but it was still rocking in that small gym. Even Niagara, man, and the MAC is different. We're 8 hours away from everybody, so we were getting on buses 8 hours every week to go play other teams and then head back after the games. So that's kind of like the lifestyle it is. It's not, everybody says Division One, Division One. It's not really what you think it is until you get there.
You know what I want to know? What's Jim? Oh,
Go on.
I'm still there. Yeah. What's your goal? I'm off camera. What are your goals after basketball when the ball stop bouncing?
I have a couple things in mind. I mean, like I said, I'm getting my degree on Saturday in communication media studies, which is a focus in broadcasting. So after the ball stop bouncing, I either want to be a sports analyst or I want to get into coaching myself. I joke with Coach Jones all the time. I tell him, man, you got to hire me on your staff when I'm done playing ball. So either coaching or broadcasting.
All right. Now, your game. Curtis asked, what's the strength of your game? Give us an evaluation of yourself on the court.
Okay. If I had to watch myself play, I'd probably say I'm really good at getting to the basket. I obviously can shoot a lot better now than I did in high school, but the main goal for me is to get downhill, get to the basket, use my strength. I'm a lot stronger than I was when I was playing in Houston. It's been a long time since I was playing out in Houston, but getting to the basket, creating for myself, creating for my teammates. And I think defending is also a strong suit of my game too. I guarded the best player every single game. So yeah, getting downhill and playing defense, and those are things, in my opinion, that's going to work at the next level too. That translates to it doesn't matter what level you play. If you can shoot, create for your teammates, and play defense, I think you can fit in anywhere.
Have you expanded your range? Because you got to understand. I mean, I'm watching these playoffs, the Norman Powell's and the Terrence Rosses last night. If you can't shoot, only team I know right now that's winning and can't shoot a lick is them Osiris Lakers out there. They can't shoot a lick, but they just go to the hole so many times and get to the line more than anybody in the league. And then got they got street clothes if he's playing. We call them street clothes because sometimes he might not play. So we got street clothes going. So I'm just thinking about your shot. You said wasn't that good in high school. So you saying that's something that you constantly working on right now? You want to get what was your 3-point percentage this year?
38%. So I made
that was good. That was good.
Yeah. So it's something that's gotten better every year in college. I mean, when I was in junior college, I shot at about 31%, and I knew that was going to have to be something that I needed to work on when I got back to the Division I level. So I spent time in the gym just shooting, getting on the gun, getting up shots every day. So.
Make sure you send me a video of that little ugly jump shot. I want to check it out. Send me a video. But no, I heard Baker say, explain how important time management is when you're a successful student athlete. How important time management is.
You got to sacrifice something. I mean, you can't really be all over the place. You got to know what you're there for. I mean, if you're there to play basketball and go to school, then that's something you got to do. I mean, you might have to put the video games down. You might have to, tell your girlfriend you'll talk to her later. If you really want to be successful in this thing, you have to treat this like it's your job. So,
Oh, I heard you was a LeBron fan.
yeah, it's the go, man.
Poor fella. Poor fella. Poor. Jimmy, what you got? You got another one up there, Jimmy?
Yeah, man. I mean, all day, and so now you mentioned earlier, Noah, about your time when you first arrived at HBU, and you confess to feeling as though that times when you just were getting dogged in the open gyms or at practices by some of the teammates, and then one day you got an opportunity and hit a couple of shots and made a couple of plays, and the rest was history.
Oh, I mean, it was like I said, it's all about confidence. That's in this level, man. It's being the most confident that you can be. Um, I remember we played Texas Southern in a close scrimmage, and he threw me out there, and it looked like I was scared. And like I said, I went back to my dorm room, and was like, man, am I built for this? I don't think I am. And then, like I mentioned, man, he threw me in against Kelvin Sampson and U of H, and I hit a 3-pointer, and then, like I said, I started getting that confidence. And then next thing you know, I was telling the older guys on the team, like, hey, man, I got to go down the court. So, yeah,
That's
confidence
good.
is key.
Confident. Jimmy blacked out on us. The weather's bad here. How's the weather up there in Niagara right now?
It's sunny outside, man, for the first time in about 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So next week you leave, right? Next week, no, you graduate, right?
I graduate this Saturday, so in a couple days.
So this Saturday, and then when you're leaving, coming back home.
We're going to get on the road Monday. I brought my car up here, so we're going to drive it 21 hours back to
Oh my
Texas.
God. Who gonna help you?
My mom.
Oh, she gonna help. Boy, them moms. Oh, hey, you know what I would have did? I'd have had a driver drive you to drive that car.
Man, T Sweet, she gangster, man. We gonna knock it out in about 2 days.
That's gonna be fun, man. I see y'all.
Yeah.
I see you took around. Y'all was in y'all came to the city. When y'all came, y'all was in New York, the city at one point, didn't you? Y'all come and hang out in the city. What were y'all doing up there that weekend?
Recently, like
Yeah,
a
not
couple
too
weekends
long
ago.
ago. Or was it in Niagara? Huh?
We visited St. John's.
That's okay. That's why y'all. Okay. So what happened to St. John's? You didn't want to play for Nick Pitino? Rick Pitino.
I've competed against him for 2 years, man, and
Oh.
it just wasn't. I mean, it was a good fit. All my 5 schools, my Final 5 was a good fit. Like I said, I got to Georgia, and I was like, man, I got to get back down to the South, man. I've been up here on this East Coast. I'm starting to sound like these dudes. I got to get back home.
Never underestimate the power of the mamas, because I'm sitting up here thinking about that 21. No, I promise you, I was saying, hey, Noah, look, player. I know we finna ship this car, player. We gonna put all your stuff in this, and we're gonna ship it. Because guess what, Noah? For next time you need something, I got a guy that take cars from town to town. His name Michael Smith. He watched the show all the time, and he would have gave us the Robert Hatter rate.
Oh, okay. My mom just hopped on here now. Hey, mom, how you doing?
Oh, where's she at?
She on there. She said I knew he was going to be good since he was 5. Yeah,
okay. What's up, Stray? Anybody got any questions? He said, what would you tell the young players about choosing the right levels for college?
I think a lot of people get caught up in the levels and trying to be high major, trying to be this, man. You got to go where you want it. One, you got to go where it's a good situation. If you're not used to playing fast, don't go somewhere where they're going to play fast all the time. It's not going to make you look good. If you used to playing 2-3 zone, don't go somewhere where they're not going to play 2-3 zone. Like it's all these factors, man. Like you got to really do your research about these schools, especially with the way it is now, because you can get to a school and then transfer and not have a home the next year. So it's all about picking the right situation for you.
Do you know anybody that's in the transfer portal and got stuck in there and hadn't got out? Do you know any people personally that stuck in and haven't gotten any? Do you know anybody personally?
Nah, I don't know anybody. Luckily, I'm blessed to be around some people that kind of have a good supporting cast like I do. So they found homes just like I did.
But it's a lot of people didn't make it though.
Yeah.
You follow me? From the numbers, there's a lot of people didn't. I looked in the news. They were talking about Hunter Dickinson choosing. I know you saw that choosing Kansas. He left Michigan and Kansas, but he said something about. He implied that an increase in his NIL earnings played a role in his decision to transfer to Kansas. He
Right.
said, but he said some key. He said the people hating on me would leave a job right now for a $10,000 increase,
That's right.
I got less than six figures at Michigan for that 1 year. So all of y'all talking about that. Noah, is that the conversation with athletes now? Hey man, I mean when y'all talking amongst each other. Hey man, what's up with that NIL?
I don't discuss other people's money, and I don't discuss my money.
Oh,
I
you
know
don't?
that
Okay.
when I was going through this process, like I told you, that wasn't something that I was concerned about. I wanted to talk basketball, but we were gonna have a range of what we've heard and what we were looking for, and we kind of go from there. And if you can't compete with that, then I'm not gonna say we move on, but I think a lot of schools will move on after they hear a certain number.
But I'm talking about so the players ain't even talking about it.
Well,
I ain't talking about how much you're getting. I'm talking about y'all got to be saying something about NIL.
Oh man, I mean it's.
When you with your partners,
I'll say this.
When you with your partners, don't tell us everything, but when you with your partners, hey man, this dude said like a perfect example. Isaiah Wong, down there in Miami, when the other young fella came and got that money, and he said,
Yeah.
I know y'all talked about that, Noah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: we definitely sit around and be like, man, he's getting $400,000 in a car. Man, you better go out here and get that money. That's what I say.
Right. Right.
He obviously picked a good situation for him, but
Yeah.
it's something that you discuss. I mean, and it's what's happening in college basketball. You see a lot of kids that's at certain programs leaving to other programs because they hearing, hey man, we got way more NIL than y'all do, and I mean that's what it's about now.
Wow. I mean, it's got to be the wow. I mean, me and Herb, man, we didn't even think about stuff like that, and I'm watching, closely because of my alma mater, Memphis. We haven't been having any problem with raising money through a collective. Because you know what, I think I think this should have been done a long time ago, and I'm just glad that somebody had the foresight to say, hey. Come on now. And they still ain't getting y'all what y'all deserve. But guess what? At least we can get something. We ain't got to, Mama, I can't come home this week. No, Mama, I can fly you in this week.
Right. I mean,
man, do you know how good that feel?
Oh, it's a blessing to say that I be in a position to where I can kind of, if she wants to come up to a game, like, here, Mom, I got it,
Yeah.
And shout out my pops, man. He just hopped on here too, man.
What's up, Mr. Thomason? How you doing, man?
Like I said, we got Texas Southern in the building, baby. Dad played football there. Mom went to TSU.
And what I'd like to your parents.
Me, man. I'm like, hey, man, come on now.
No, you ain't coming to TSU. You ain't gonna tell me that. No, don't even play with us like that.
Hold on. You wasn't listed as a part of his circle of influence.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Jimmy. No, but I look at the facts. They wasn't on the list.
Hey,
I'm going to say this, man. As a young 17-year-old, I would have went to Texas Southern, but I would have went to Texas Southern for the wrong reasons. That's the thing. So,
them the right reasons. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with them reasons.
Hey, the wrong reasons. Hey, everybody love a good halftime show.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with them reasons, baby. Hey, your parents survived. Ain't nothing wrong with them reasons. It's all right, man. Hey, even Jimmy.
They got to start getting these Houston kids more, man.
Oh, yeah.
Got to start getting them.
And I think he's right. Johnny Jones is doing a good job of having a mixture of Houston kids now. He is doing a good job.
Well, yeah, he just hold a net out and then a lot of them come back home on the downstroke, and that's what happens with a few of those kids on the roster that was on their last season. And of course, this season he has Jordan Farmer, who's coming back home from Sharpstown High School, went to UTSA, and he's one of the few that's coming back and to be on that roster. You had about six players from H Town on that roster last year, including little Farouk. He was there from day one, and him and Granger, they were all there, but the rest of those guys were transfers. Now, speaking of HBCUs and and like how, of course, you have your parents' HBCU products, so you have a distinct advantage over most. But what is the overall view, and why does so many of your peers know so little about HBCUs when TSU, Prairie View are right in their lap?
I think it's our parents not really pushing that notice for us to go to Texas Southern. I mean, my dad just said you was not going to Texas Southern. I went for you.
Smart
Um,
man. Smart man.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's hard, man. Just I think a lot of the time, a lot of HBCUs, the basketball and the sports aren't really like broadcasted. You know, you got a lot of stuff going on in campus now to where being on a basketball team ain't cool. In today's society, it's about where can I go and where can I be cool? Where can I go and win and have a good time doing it at the same time? So I just think they got to broadcast the sports a little bit more. And they're starting to do good things with Chris
Oh
Paul having
yes.
that game every year.
Hmm.
It's just got to be more. I think they got to keep playing these high major teams, and they got to get out of the SWAC and the MEACs. They got to go get in these other leagues that has more TV time and has all these other things, so they get more money. They can play against more respective opponents. Because a lot of the times you see Texas Southern and PV playing teams in the SWAC, and then people don't really respect it. So I think they got to get out of those leagues and play against other people.
So you said they should abandon their history to go and get in somebody else's league? That what you saying, Noah?
Look, I'm gonna say it like this. You asked the question, I'm gonna give you a solid answer. If you want to see a lot more kids going to HBCUs, they gotta get out of the SWAC and the MEAC.
Okay, but look.
So where they got to go? Where they gonna go?
It's a lot of other leagues, man. I mean, like Texas Southern can go play in the Southland. I'm gonna tell you.
So what am I going over there for? A Southland player? Southland ain't that great. I'm not leaving the SWAC to go to the Southland, Noah.
I'm telling you like this. I've been in it. Southland gets more leg than the SWAC. I mean, my freshman year, we had Stephen F. Austin, we had Abilene Christian, we had Lamar. All these. Stephen F. Austin beat Duke the year I was at HBU. Abilene Christian beat Texas the year I was in junior college. So
TSU beat
Texas,
Arizona State the other day.
You just beat Arizona State this season.
Come on, Noah.
Yeah,
And they were ranked in the top
understand,
20.
man, but
They were ranked in the top 20 in the
I'm telling
country.
you, from a non-HBCU player,
Okay, I got you.
nobody's gonna turn on Texas Southern versus Bethune-Cookman at 7:00 at night. They're just
So
not
you
gonna
mean
do
we
it.
should play somebody else? Don't just abandon our history. No, we're not leaving the SWAC just to go to the Southland. Oh, heck no. That's a lateral move. We don't want to go lateral.
I'm telling you how this game goes, man.
Hey, the Southland don't have no HBC. Hey, ain't got no HBC Go contract either.
Well, is Tennessee State considered HBCU?
Tennessee State? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
They were in the OVC a couple years ago.
yeah. And where they got them? Where they got them?
I mean, they're in the MEAC now, right? Or
Yeah,
they still in
but
OVC?
we hear more about TSU players. Didn't know a whole lot more than TSU players than anybody. Tell me somebody who on TSU team, a Tennessee State team. Now, name me one player. Nah.
I mean, I can't tell you. I try to stay in my own lane and focus on where I want to go. But I mean, you see North Carolina A&T. I think they left an HBCU conference and went to the CAA. It's just, in my opinion, it's just more money in those leagues.
It's more money. It's more money.
So if there's more money, you can get more players. NIL is the biggest thing now.
But guess what?
If you can't compete in NIL, you're not gonna be able to get.
But
You're
y'all
not
ain't
gonna be able to get the players that you want.
y'all ain't getting that money no way. The school getting that money. That ain't get that money no way. That TV money, you ain't getting that.
I heard some stories at the money, like the cost of attendance checks dudes is getting at HBCUs, and I know I'm getting more money than they do, and we ain't getting no money up here in Niagara. So
That's all
You
right. Well,
asked
we
me
go.
what I thought about it.
Hey, we're gonna raise the brand up. We're gonna raise the brand up. We just gonna have to start. You know what? Alumni like Jimmy just gonna have to start playing. He always talk about, man, I'm not. You're gonna have to get. Don't give it to the play. You can get to the collective, Jimmy.
I'm gonna tell you like this too. This I'm gonna say about this. A lot
Uh-huh.
of Texas Southern fans are very selective on what games they go to. I'll watch it. I'll watch a
Okay.
stream. The only time it's filled when they play Southern or PV. If y'all really so big about HBCUs,
There you
they
go.
gotta have that gym rocking. They got that big old gym with nobody in the gym.
Now I agree with you on that one. I'm with you right there, baby boy.
You want to
No,
start seeing it happen? You gotta go to the games and support the team.
What was Niagara's average attendance this past season?
Our gym was small, so we only sat 2,700 people, and on Friday nights our game sold out.
And TSU averaged that this season,
yeah, the same.
and more than that.
Yeah, more than that.
This
It
season.
just looks
But it-
bad seeing it in a
But they're-
huge gym.
but that's you rather have a big one. In some cases, they had the small Adams gym back in the days, but you rather have that big one and it got filled for
Couple
more
games.
home games this
That's
year.
what he's talking about, though.
Yeah,
That was Noah
I'm
saying.
gonna
He
say it
said,
like this: for
uh-huh.
a team to always go to the NCAA tournament every year, it should be a student section rocking in there. I mean, it should just be more people. Like our gym is small, but on a Friday night, you can't get tickets to our games.
Well, I tell you one thing. TSU can't compete with all of those colleges, in other words. But academically, HBCUs put out more. In Texas, 30% of all the black lawyers, a certain percent of all the black doc. We can't compete with y'all. I mean, I'm talking like I went to TSU. Hold on. See, I'm a homer. But we can't compete with these players. But academically, and that's what I think that I think that we don't sell HBCUs on enough. We're not gonna be able to compete. We ain't gonna get the contract that Georgia got. We ain't gonna get that contract. But by the way, the SWAC's ESPN contract is up, I think, in a year or so, and it's gonna be a big jump. It's gonna be a big jump. Because of they the games are being aired. It just take time. You got visionaries like Dr. Charles McClellan. It's gonna take time, man. And but I see what you're saying. He talking about NIL is here. Somebody just said NIL is here. Ain't Texas supposed to have all the NIL and all the money? Why they players leaving them? This the Texas dude, Noah. Why them players leaving Texas? Don't want to play at Texas. And they got all the money.
You talking about the University of Texas?
University of Texas, yeah. They got all the money. And players just leaving them every week.
I think it's a lot to do with the coaching change. Rodney Terry's a great coach, don't get me wrong, but Chris Beard started that foundation. We got to give him his flowers too, man. So you're seeing a lot of dudes getting out of the letter of intents to and like I said, today's stage of college basketball, man, it's whoever's got the most money, that's where I'm going. That's just how kids think. I don't think it's the smartest decision, but let's say if Texas is gonna offer a kid $100,000, and you got people in their corner saying, "Hey, man, Oklahoma's gonna offer you $300,000." So what you gonna do? You gonna take $300,000 or $100,000 at 20 years old? Which one you gonna do?
I'm going like a turkey through the cold. I'm telling you.
Okay,
I'm
then.
gone. I'm gone.
I want to take the time. I want to go in reverse a little bit and back up to make sure that we clarify something so that it won't get some people won't get misled. I'm going to and that is you mentioned about Texas Southern, and it wasn't just a Texas Southern thing. We're just talking HBCUs.
HBCU.
We happen to use TSU as an example because we are based in Houston. So if you're watching from all over the country, it's not a TSU versus the world type thing. We're just talking about them in particular right now as an example. You mentioned about them playing other teams besides the teams in their conference. Those Bethune-Cookmans are now part of the SWAC. Them in Florida A&M was added last year so that's part of their conference. They can't control that no more than, let's say, if you mentioned 8 SFA a while ago, that year that you was at HBU, they beat Duke. But at the same time, somebody else could be talking to somebody at SFA and saying, "Hey, man, y'all got to play HBU, who had won 4 games that year." So now, check about this. I want you to think about this. All of those schools have non-conference schedules. And I'm going to read you off some of the schools that Texas Southern played this year in non-conference. Just this year, right?
Oh, I know it's
They
tough. I
played,
see it all the time. They play on the road every game for non-conference.
But
and
Jimmy,
they
he
got to
was talking
play
about
Arizona.
get out of the conference period. That's what he was saying. Get out
Yeah,
of
I know
that
he mentioned that, but
conference.
they can't. Yeah, but I'm just,
Okay.
but you mentioned about raising money. They're raising money for their program. And, they played Texas Tech this year, Arizona State this year, Oral Roberts this year. All three of them schools went to the dance, I think, right?
But
Or
the
went to one
kids
of the
don't get that money, Jimmy.
U of H, Auburn, Kansas, just to name a few. They played all of them this year and
But
got a
that
chance.
ain't the collective though, Jimmy. The kids don't benefit from that. He
Well,
talking about the kids don't benefit from that.
no, but yeah, they don't know you're right. It's regard to the collectives is a whole different
Yeah.
conversation. But what happens is if those schools are on the schedule, and I know certain coaches they recruit in this fashion, they would let you, just like in grassroots basketball, some of those summer teams would tell you, hey man, we get to go and play here. We're gonna play against the Houston Hoops, we're gonna play against these guys, right?
Mhm.
So if you playing the opportunity to play against them in today's world of transfer portal, then you basically auditioning for that opponent if you're at one of those much smaller schools, in effect. Because if you do well against that school, they have you on the scout, they have you on film, they watching you closely, and if you do well enough, some of those schools and a lot of kids this season has transferred to schools for which their teams played against because those coaches like the way they carry themselves. So we want to just put that out there for you and get your thoughts on did any of the schools that you played against come after get into your line when you put yourself in the portal at Niagara this year? Any of your former opponents come in there, hey, what's going on? What's up, Big Ed? Let's do something.
That's a great question. I mean, Rick Pitino was at Iona. I played well against him in my last 2 years, and he took the job at St. John's, and they were one of the first schools to reach out to me.
There
I
you
actually
go.
played St. John's this year. I had 25 points, so a lot of people are familiar with my game.
There you
Yeah,
go.
for sure. Like, I mean, you see it all the time. Like, a dude to have a really good game, you see him on that same team next year. But I mean, like, speaking on HBCUs, man, like, they can have a good game all you want to, man. But if you want to see them to start having this consistency and start getting higher level athletes, or what you consider higher level athletes, I just don't think the SWAC, the MEAC is going to get it done. The MIAA, I don't think it can get it done, just for the sake of, one, like I said, the way kids are now is different than when you guys were in school. I mean, people care about facilities. People care about the gear. I mean, it was a couple years ago, man. Some of the schools in the SWAC didn't even have a real like deal, man. What was it, Rydell or Russell or something like that? Like,
Right?
we're a
You right?
Division One
You
program.
right?
That's what like. Come on, man. Like, it's just got to be in some improvements, man. If you want to start seeing them start making noise. I mean, just think about if higher level athletes went to HBCUs. I mean, they'll be ranked every year. I mean, you see it. Texas Southern, the SWAC level teams, there's a 16 seed every single year. They have to play in the play-in just to get into the tournament. Where a team from my league, where I was in the MAC, we go in as a 14 seed. Now, I'm not saying we're better than them, but we get more exposure up on the East Coast, and they consider us a higher level league than the SWAC and the MEAC. So I just think that those schools, the really good schools in those leagues, got to get out of those leagues if they want to start seeing change.
Hey man, I'm sitting there watching your highlights. Hold up, Jim. I'm sitting there watching his highlights. Yeah, this ain't the same, Noah. Yeah, you been a little bit modest. Yeah, this
Well,
ain't.
absolutely. He
Yeah,
acknowledged
yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
he got better.
You got some. You got a little shake and bake. You ain't tell us about the little shake and bake. And that jumper ain't ugly. That jumper sweet. Yeah, yeah. I'm just
He
sitting
got
there looking
better.
at. You know how I am. I'm gonna have to take a look. What you say, Jimmy?
No, so the question is, do you think or know and acknowledge that you have got as a senior in high school, after your senior season in high school, which year do you think you made the most progress at up the incline of getting better? Because you mentioned when you first got to HBU, you were here, and now you're here. So at what point did you hit that gear and go to reach there?
I mean, I think it started with the whole process in my story. I mean, like the second semester at Houston Baptist, when I finally got strong enough to compete, is when you started seeing me have my career highs as a freshman. Like I think I scored 19 points as a freshman. Um, it just was so like up and down. I think if I would have had a consistent amount of playing time, I don't think I would have been in Niagara. But I think the most jump that I had was probably my junior year at Niagara. My first year at Niagara, that summer going into my second year, was the most like work I spent the most time in the gym. I think I was in there a lot to the point that my coaches had to kick me out at times. Um, but just understanding how the college game works, watching film, studying different NBA players, and taking some of their moves and adding that to my game is when I started seeing the most success.
Was HBU your only Division I offer coming out of high school?
Yep, it was. HBU was my only Division I. I had Northeastern State Division II, a couple of junior college offers, and that was it.
And so looking back on it, and because a lot of people that are watching right now have kids, and they have, and you know, you went through you got it out the mud. One offer, it's just like Justin Hill, your teammate now at Georgia, one offer, Division I coming out of high school. Well, yeah, in his senior year, he had one in the second half, one offer. Then I think he ended up picking up maybe 2 or 3 more. But what I wanted to ask you is, looking back on it, and we even mentioned HBCUs, and a lot of these college programs, especially like we mentioned TSU, they recruit differently. They don't recruit normally the freshmen out of high school. They have one last year, which his body was college ready, because you mentioned just now about getting your body stronger, and you had to get that body. Well, this little kid that played now was last year, was this season at TSU, was a true freshman, but he had a college body. He had a grown man body, and it takes time to get that body right. Looking back on it, then knowing, and also like TSU, most their average age on their roster was 23 years old. You're talking about a 18, 19-year-old going and have to compete with 23-year-olds for playing time on a daily basis. And I'm looking back and I'm hearing all of, and everybody's like, man, this dude is D. Everybody used that D1. He's D1, man. He's ready. Looking back on it now, can you tell a Division I prospect now if he would be able to play at some of this at what it takes? Like some of these kids that's coming on now, I'm D1, man. They got me ranked 2. Some of the same cries that people repeat over and over. You got it out the
Um,
mud.
I can tell a little bit just because I've been around the game. You can sit down and analyze somebody's game like that dude can play. Like it doesn't like for him to not have any offense is crazy. I think that happens with a lot of guys just because Houston is just so it has so much talent that guys can kind of fall through the rankings, and then a lot of these college coaches are offering kids off their ranking too. So some guys that are not really Division I level talent, but they get to those schools and they end up transferring out and going to different schools where you got guys with my similar situation. Then you got some guys that aren't Division I level talent, and a lot of people are just telling them that. But I think you can tell. You can sit down and analyze somebody's game.
Absolutely. So then freshmen there's prospective freshmen that came on visits while you were at Niagara. Did you get to play an open gym with any of those recruits during their visits, or do they tell you to go home for the weekend? They don't want you to bust their heads in on the court.
Nah, not when now. So what I would do is this is it's funny that you asked that. I wouldn't get them on their visit. I would butter them up and tell them they're all good and they're gonna really help us out and they're really gonna do this and that. And then I wait, and then the first day we get there, I'm like, hey yo, let's go to the gym. And I see who really cares about ball. Let's go to the gym. And then after that, I just destroy them and tell them, hey, look, man, like you're gonna have to put some work in because this is every night. So yeah.
I love them. I love them stories. I tell this story every now and then, and I can like when my son went to college, I never forget. I told him, I said, dude, first day of open gym, you find out who playing point guard, and you tear his head off that night. When you first, everybody who playing point guard, and I never forget, he called me that late that night. He says, a new sheriff in town. You got to, because guys like Noah probably gonna say, man, I'm gonna bust this little old freshman when he come in here. I'm gonna bust this little fresh. It's either kill or be killed. You gonna either bust me, or I'm gonna bust you. So you youngsters, when you go, you got to have attitude. You got if I was going to Georgia and I was a freshman, the first dude I'm seeking out is Noah. If I'm a guard like him, I'm saying, come on, big fella. Come on, James Harden. Come on, Cletus. And guess what? Guess where I got that from? Michael
Right.
Jordan. When he first went to camp, he wanted to play one-on-ones against James Worthy, a player of the year candidate. He said, no, dude, let's play. So we got to have that. I ain't gonna say it's gonna happen, but you got to have the mindset because I'm glad you just said it. You saying you gonna tear this little guy's head off when he come on campus. So the young fella better be ready to tear your head off.
I think it's funny that you said that. I mean, going into the situation I'm going to now, it seems like I'm the young freshman. I mean, a lot of dudes gonna be like, "Oh, this kid came from Niagara. Like he ain't all that." So, I want to have that mindset when I first get there of a certain dominance. I guess what I'm saying. Let it be known that hey, I know I was at a mid-major program, but I can play too. So,
Well, I like that. Jimmy, what else we got before we get this young man out of here?
Some of the kids from out of H-Town that that are in college that has really surprised you, or the way with their performance and their productivity right now. In other words, who gets props? Name 3 of them that you like. Oh man, you know what, dude, balling.
PJ Henry at Texas Southern. I mean, he had a 40-point game earlier this year. And I'm not just saying that because that's my guy, but he's doing some good things over there at TSU. Shout out to him. I'm trying to see, man. Being on the East Coast, I'd be away from a lot of Texas guys.
Bryson Etienne. Hey, Bryson Etienne is a problem. Was a problem.
Yeah. Marcus Williams.
He leveled off.
But he was a problem. He still was a problem.
Man, it was a problem against TSU in the first conference game.
Yeah.
After the end,
that's a problem. Jimmy, some people don't get a chance to be a problem at all. At least he was a problem at one point. But who else you got, man?
Marcus Williams, he's over at San Francisco. Kid from Dickinson. He's playing well. He's kind of revitalized his career. He's at Texas A&M where it didn't work out for him, but he's doing some.
Wait a minute, that's a kid that went to 12. The man that been to more colleges than you.
Nah, he just went to Wyoming, A&M, and San Francisco.
That's
same story as me, man.
He didn't have the same story as you.
It's all about situations, man. Good fits. I don't think Texas A&M was the best fit for him, just to their playing style and the type of kid that he is. Buzz Williams is a little different, but he's doing some big things, and that was one of the reasons why I put San Francisco in my Final Five too. Just the opportunity to play with him.
Oh, okay, I got you. What about Jordan Ivy Curry?
Oh yeah, he's balling, man. I just recently saw he's going back to UTSA. He actually hit me up, tried to recruit me to go to UTSA.
He coming back?
Yeah,
he's coming back.
The recruitment dried up, and he's not the only one that went back. I mean, the same thing happened with the young fellow at Oral Roberts. They went back, but that's what happens. A lot of guys go out there on the transfer portal, and you think some of those doors, those offers or coupons that you had on the table are still valid, and you don't know. You were going in the portal. Everybody was going in the portal as well. And guess what? But he was fortunate that he left that school and that same staff embraced with open arms to come on back home. So that's an awesome thing for Jordan Ivy Curry to get back at UTSA. That's cool. We tried it, went around, realized the grass isn't always greener on the other side. What I want to ask you about before we land the plane, we got to get up out of here. You guys just tuned to the Chop Shop. This is Noah Thomason. He started at Niagara this past season, and he will be attending Georgia this season. He is now a Bulldog. He's a grad transfer, actually graduates in a couple of weeks up at Niagara in communications as well. So he will be in the life after basketball once it stops bouncing. Hey, look, you ask Charlie Jones for a job, you're going to be, we're going to get you seasoned and maybe consider doing an internship with the Chop Shop this summer. That way you can add to you don't have to do an internship somewhere before you get that degree.
Right.
I mean, as you get that master's, we've had, trust me, I'll put it like this. What's our shooting percentage with interns? What we shooting? We asked you shooting 38% from the you shot 38% from the three this year. Ask Howard what we shooting.
Jimmy, we about 100% right here. Them folks going.
We missed one. The little girl went Foot Locker. The one that
no,
got
but
mad
she didn't come. She wasn't really no intern. She came one day, man. That don't count. That girl came 1 or 2 days.
She liked the little girl. That's why she coming anyway. You're right.
Man, stop it, man. Stop it. Hold up. Hey, Jimmy, before Noah get off here, y'all, you know I've been over here doctoring up stuff while y'all been, that's why the feed was kind of acting crazy. Hold up. No, I got to show him this, Noah. Hold on, man. Hold on. And I'm gonna let you commentate in the background. Let me see if I got something for you. Where Noah at? I got some Noah somewhere. I'm looking for it. Man,
are you probably gonna find an old picture of me, man?
No. Yeah. Y'all can talk. Yeah. You know, I couldn't get out here and not let them people know what you're doing around here, big fella.
On December 30th.
Man, I like to be humble and modest at all times.
That's all right. That's what. Hey, we talking about you. You ain't saying it yourself.
Definitely been a change in momentum. Noah to the bucket, able to finish over Armand Harry.
It's just about opportunity, man. I just need a platform.
Bam, there it is.
Well, you shoot that thing like me a little bit now.
8 to shoot. Noah against Falco. Step to the right.
Yeah, I like that.
On the way. Good.
Take that with you.
Set the screen. Now he's got high enough.
That's the plan, man. The plan is to roll right into Athens and keep doing something going, man.
Yeah, man. I had to give you some of that before we got out of here, man.
Now, I want to ask you, Alfio has a question. He has a question that is watching live right now with Legacy of the School of Sports Science. And he asked, can you speak on, you touched on entering the portal on your process, but also you might have to get that straight. He's asked, can you speak on the portal and some advice now that you can give to others about the process, and should you have your destination or a possible destination first before you take that leap of faith? So your stuff is different because you're a grad transfer. Yours is a little different.
That's a great question. I think it varies on the level that the type of success that you had in the season. Because I'm gonna be honest, like, and people don't say it, like, if you're killing and having a good game, they're gonna start calling before you enter the portal anyway, trying to see what you're doing anyway. But if you're a guy that didn't play a lot, then you kind of need to have an idea of what levels you're trying to play at in your next spot. And the way the portal is now, D1 to D1 for guys that didn't play is almost impossible. So if you're a freshman or a young guy, let's start talking about what junior colleges should you go to, and then kind of breaking down the film and then breaking down the levels of the recruiting, because it's different levels in my opinion. You hear from an assistant coach, and he constantly saying, "Oh, the head coach is gonna call you. The head coach is gonna call you." They might not really be interested, or they're waiting on another guy to decide. If that head coach calls you, now we talking. Let's start getting visits made up. Let's start breaking down film. Let's get on Zoom and kind of see the whole staff from there. So I think that's some advice. And for these young guys, man, is just understanding what the portal is about. School's not gonna wait on you. If you get a good situation, jump on it, because this thing is like speed dating, man. Schools will hit you up one day. I mean, even for me in this process, man, I had certain high major schools hit me up in the first day, and I didn't hear from them the next day. So that's what this is like, man. You gotta take these schools quick, man. They ain't gonna wait.
Man, you good, man. Hey, man, this was all right. Yeah, you got to come back. You got to come back. This out.
I like it because of the fact that, and I always question why so many young people. It seems like they're afraid to tell the truth
in their story.
Or their truth. A lot of people they feel like they always gotta say what they think grown people want to hear, and that's why a lot of times that really is the most the primary reason why throughout your high school career, and afterwards, I purposely don't engage in many conversations with teenagers, with young people, because I know sooner or later I get to talking and you're gonna tell me something. Oh man, I got what offers you got? Oh, I got this school, that school, that school, that school, and now I don't even want to hear it no more because I know you're lying, and I don't need you lying to me. And so, but you, young man, I love the integrity. I love, and you floated, and as Charlie Jones mentioned earlier, you can tell those communication classes all have paid off a great deal. So this right here goes in your deck.
See, Jimmy,
Your deck
Jimmy,
on your wall.
can I do you a favor? Let me help you out.
Mhm.
Because you don't talk to all the young men, you don't like to talk to them. But he was talking like this when he came out of high school. I know he's more polished now, but he had this wit. He got an old soul. He had this he been polished like this, all the time. That's why you got sometimes you might have to talk to not all young kids are like him. But
Well,
in his case, he been he know how to talk around grown folks for a long time.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I think I was ahead of my time. I think
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
older parents, so
Yes. Uh-huh.
that kind of helped me out a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna get on any show, talk to anybody, and lie
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want it to come back on me. And I want you guys to know that I'm honest. I mean, even as a 17-year-old, if you ask me who I was recruiting me, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you I have zero offers.
Right.
And, it doesn't matter who you put me against. We're
Right.
gonna play, but I have
Right.
zero offers. I'm not gonna tell you this school offered me this
Right.
school. If a school offered me, that means that they got on the phone and they offered me a scholarship.
I'm telling
yep.
you, I love how y'all handle it. You, Kenneth Gamble, your mom. I mean, I know, Tracy used to call me sometime talking, but I said, but I love how y'all handle it, man. I'm just so proud of you when I can see,
Thank you.
look, the kid that I've seen, since young, and now he's, you're a man now. Guess what? In a few years, you'll be in a position where you're having your own family, you teaching, your son these things. So, but we want you to come back in your time, and you don't have to come. All you have to do is wherever you at, you got a computer, and you bring you on a guest, man, because you are a lot of. I just wish we had a million like you. This world would be a better place. But I thank you
For
so much.
sure.
But before you go, I want to shout out to Shawnee's Gregory, the young just Women Rock Wednesday today, Noah. So we always if you was early in the show, go back and hear the beginning of the show. But Shawnee's Gregory, a young golfer that's her family is a friend of mine. Her mother's Dr. Denise Gregory. Her dad is Sean. They went to check this out. They both attended Jackson State University, but their
Okay.
daughter is one of the best golfers in the country. She's going to come play at TSU. She signed
Okay.
today. They just sent me the information. I knew she was committed, but she signed today, and now I can talk about it. And shout out to her and her family, man. I met her a few weeks ago, and went out and watched her hit the ball. Oh my God! So shout out to Shawnee's Gregory. She rocked the day. You rocked the day, Shawnee's. This day for you. Now, but I just had
And,
to get that in there before we get out of here.
and then want to also announce that, speaking of, you mentioned a while ago about this, you compare the transfer portal and the recruitment out of it akin to speed dating. And um, one young man that I want to applaud, he's at PSAT, and he wasn't in the portal, but is recruiting. He went and had a super weekend in front of the college coaches during the live period 2 weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
And his life changed in regards to recruitment. He went from basically no offers at the Power Five level to them coming from every which way. He went and took an unofficial visit to LSU and committed to LSU on yesterday. And that is Devin Pryor. He's about 6'7" at PSAT class of 2024. He's committed to LSU. And one other thing, and I'm liking what you said there because he didn't waste any time. We said in the Chop Shop, and I'm telling you, and I'm adamant, I'm an adamant believer that if more kids, first of all, many of y'all know where you would like to go anyway. And if that school comes through the door and say, come on, we have an offer for you, why not go and get in your car and go and check it out, or go and schedule a visit, get on that campus, see some stuff while school is still in. Well, school is pretty much out now. Everybody taking finals and right about now at most colleges. But if you like it, you can commit. You can change your mind at any time until the second Wednesday in November. And I want to get, before we go, just your thoughts on the process now, since it's sped up and you're competing with the portal these high schoolers are. Any advice to them?
I mean, like I said, people's processes are different. I know with me, even in high school, if a school checked those boxes, then why am I going to keep waiting? That's another opportunity for somebody else to get the same offer and take my opportunity. I remember when I was a high school student, my mom can vouch for this. I woke up one morning after HBU offered me, and the season was over. I said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to HBU." We hadn't visited the school, but I felt like it was a good situation for me. And I said, "This is what I'm going to do, and we're going to jump on it and let's get ready to do it." To young kids, man, if a school offers you and you like the school and it's a good academic school and it's a good situation for you, go and take it. I mean, there's no need to wait. This process isn't about racking up 85, 90 offers. It's about finding the right school for you.
I like
That's what it's about.
Do you know any of your well, not
He
without
ain't gonna
saying
tell
any,
it on this kid.
without saying any,
He ain't gonna tell it on his folks. I'm just telling
No, no,
you.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no. This ain't, that's a different topic.
Okay.
Do you know any players who received fake offers?
Oh, okay.
No, I do not know that. Like I said, when I was coming out of high school, I was blessed to be around people who kind of had more offers than I did, so I know they were real offers. I've never heard of those stories, and people probably not going to tell me that anyway if they were to have a fake offer. But I don't know.
Hey, my name Wes. I ain't in that mess.
Right.
That's a good thing. So,
I
man,
like that, man.
we definitely gonna get up out. It's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Women Rock Wednesday. I want to acknowledge. I didn't catch the top of the show, but wanted to acknowledge some news in regard to Women Rock Wednesday that Fort Lee, right, is a U.S. Army base. They've changed a lot of the names of the Army bases.
Yeah,
A few of
because
them around the country.
Confederate soldiers, they taking their names.
Yeah,
off.
like that one that they did the massive, chronic raping of those. They've changed the name of that joke already as well. But Fort Lee has been renamed the Fort Gregg Adams, and that is in honor of two Black U.S. Army trailblazers. And that name, it's a female and a male. That wanted to acknowledge, and that's some good history for one of the Army bases. Now, it was formerly Fort Lee. Now it is, of course, Fort Gregg Adams. And Greg, her last name, Gregg Adams. You follow what I'm saying, Adam? Not
Okay.
Greg Adams.
Okay.
Gregg Adams.
Okay.
They named it. It's a dual naming.
Yeah.
Dual.
Greg Adams. Yeah.
So
Okay.
anyway, but that's it, man. We thank you.
Thank you, Noah. Hold on, Noah. I got some for you. Hold on.
Nah, man. Thank you for having me on here to let me share my story and kind of share knowledge with people like that. I really appreciate it. And you got my number. If you ever want me back on, just let me know.
My man.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna ask you again. We're gonna see if you and Justin gonna be roommates now. So y'all.
Yeah, no, we are. We already got it. We're gonna be roommates. You guys got to come catch the game. SEC.
Oh, done deal.
Come catch the game, baby.
Done deal. Guess what I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be in Atlanta watching Georgia Tech. So it's gonna be I'm gonna go from there. I'm gonna go back and forth.
I'm gonna tell you right now, don't you and Justin. Now I know it's Pappy now, all the way back Keith Hill from MacArthur High School back in 1982, 83. Let me tell you something. Don't you and Justin be around there playing all this screwed up music, pissing them people off down there. You know, chopping and screwing it all up in the room with the music booming. Don't do that in your
Man, he been in Niagara, man. Jimmy, you must ain't never been in Niagara.
Yeah, he been in Niagara, but he at Georgia now. You better watch yourself down there.
I lived in El Dorado, Kansas, where it was 2 black people, man. So I kind of know how that is.
He can adjust.
Yeah, I'm good in every hood, man. I'm good in every hood.
Guess what? Guess what I like? I like the new word. He know how to pivot.
Right.
He know how to pivot.
And then,
Let's get out of here.
Remind me when you get to H-Town, I got one of the Georgia alumni that runs one of the car dealerships here. And I'm gonna put you with him for his name and likeness, man.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that?
Set it on up, man.
Set it up.
You got my socials, all that stuff. Just,
okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Let's get out of here, man. Thank you,
all right, man. We up out here, guys. See you guys as I get ready to thrust and prepare for the head over to what the hell I tell you about it. We got some good stuff this week.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.